Do it all in.
Just put that song out, right?
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Lotus J, and we live at the Vibe, HighVibe Media Marketing Group. And this is our OG show for HighVibe, the Black of the Berry. That's my little spiel every time we get on. If I don't say it like that, then I'm going to feel like I missed something. So y'all got to just go with the flow. Anyway, we got plenty of homies in the building today. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'm sure you could tell. If any of you know any of these people, you know it's going to be a controversial show. So we're going to go in and we're going to have a good time. All right?
All right.
Okay. Hey, y'all.
What's up?
Look who got some energy for me. Okay. How come I got no little cup?
I know. You want some apple juice?
Yes, please. Thank you. All right, y'all. So, what's happening? What was going on over the weekend? Hey, okay, so hold on. Let me do this first. Did y'all see that video that just played, that Brick House video? I know you did, because it's so live you couldn't help but watch it. I know it got your attention. It's crisp, it's clear, it's fun, it's popping, and that guy right there, can y'all tell who I'm pointing at? Y'all can't tell. Ira, right across from me, he did that.
Our Cole's in the building.
Our Cole's in the building. Shout out to what's Game
Face Photography and Video.
They get so mad at me. They don't get mad at me, but they get frustrated.
We do a lot.
They get frustrated at me because I'm so scatterbrained sometimes that I don't be remembering stuff I'm supposed to. But I take it because I know that's a flaw of mine. I don't have many, but that's one of them.
Cool, you said Ira. My mom will be happy.
Why? What we supposed to call you?
No, that's my name. She be happy.
Cool.
Government.
What else do people call you?
Yeah, government. Most of my friends call me Coles.
Coles?
Yeah.
Well, why you didn't tell me so I could be your friend? I'm going to call you Coles now.
Friends. No, I like this.
Mama name him Coles. I'm going to call him Coles.
We call him Coles.
Whatever your tax returns.
All right, y'all. So if you guys have any photography or video needs, get at him. We played that because it's just popping. It's Brick House. That's our primary sponsor for the Black of the Berry, as well as HighVibe Media Marketing Group. But also because he's sitting here at the table and we want for you all to get good quality service like he gave to us. So we stand behind it because clearly he delivered. Can you tell him how to get in touch with you?
Hit me up on social media. You can go to either on Facebook, Game Face Photography and Video. Follow me direct, Ira Coles, spelled uniquely, EYERAH.
That's because that third eye is wide open.
COLES. Team GFE and T. It's too much. Just hit me up. If you're watching this, just hit me on Facebook.
Or if you can't remember none of that, then you can ask any one of us, and we can direct you.
I'll go to the post office. His pictures.
His mug shot is up somewhere.
I paid them fines. They ain't got me up there no more.
You paid them down.
All right, y'all. What's happening? What's up, kid?
What's up, Lotus J?
How are you?
Doing good, doing good.
Where was y'all at this weekend? Kid is with one of our popping bands that come through. Tell us about your band and where you were at this weekend, what you got going on this weekend.
Soulful Sounds. Shout out to the band, Aaron Weaver, Towers, JoJo, Morpheus, and Kenosha, my girl. This weekend we was at Legends Happy Hour on Friday, and then we was at Buttons on Saturday. And then we're going into the new month, so y'all know we will be at Brick House this month. So
when y'all coming to Brick House?
We're coming to Brick House. I think it's
around the
third Saturday.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
19th or something.
Yeah, something like that. We'll be at Brick House doing what we do.
Okay.
You know,
it's okay.
Promoting that new album. You ain't gonna shout out your album.
Oh yeah, the new album coming out soon.
CD is a CD. I don't know what it is.
I didn't even know y'all was
We should have had some giveaways.
Doing a CD
I
coming
gotta
out.
remind him about his album.
Right.
Hopefully,
CD or whatever they call it.
hopefully we'll have the CD release at Brick House. That's a plug.
Come
Yes,
on.
sir.
Come on.
Come on out.
So yeah,
We can set you up right real nice in the back room. Y'all could get a party on while we got a party on.
Almost anything at Brick House. Just hit us up.
Almost.
Within some boundaries.
Some male strippers, and I'm like,
Can't do that. What would you say if they asked for female strippers?
You could plug them in the back
They can
room.
plug it in the back.
Get that
What would
coin.
you say if they
Thanks
asked for
come through,
female
Daryl.
strippers?
I say email me for email. Male is out. Email me for female.
Yeah, let's go. Let them get in that back room.
Lotus in charge of that.
Get that
They
buddy.
gonna get them coins.
Cause women get nasty when it comes to that kind of stuff.
That's why I want to know. So
when it comes to male strippers, I seen women get all these women who try to be hit it over my door for me. They get nasty.
They get nasty.
Yes,
They the biggest
So-
spenders.
You
too.
seen them dancing bear videos?
yes,
It's a bear.
yes,
I did it.
man.
They get that. It's not right.
Don't.
It's not right.
It'll
Ain't
ruin
right.
your image of the sisters.
Oh no, then I can't have it. I can't
Just
have
kidding,
it.
though. Anyway,
All right, where y'all at this weekend?
This weekend we're at Legends on Friday, Sandaga's on Saturday. Then we at the Smoking Jacket in Cedar Hill on Sunday, and then we back at Legends at Sunday night.
Ah, y'all getting it in.
They work.
That's good. That's good.
Keep
they ain't
it
gonna
busy,
never
man.
not be nowhere.
That's good.
Keeping it busy.
Ain't gonna ever not be nowhere.
Stay busy,
That's
stay
right.
busy.
Stay relevant.
Yeah.
And that's cause I'm just gonna say this. This
Don't
is
say
real
it.
talk. The whole band, good people,
Yep.
humble,
Cool
Yeah.
people.
cool. Everybody
Except for Kid.
I ain't talking about Kid. I'm talking about the rest of
We
them.
talking about the rest of them.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Good
Yeah,
people, good people.
we love the band.
Oh, we always love coming to Arlington.
Okay, well, we're going to see you this month. What's happening, Ken? You've been busy.
I've been busy.
You've been all on everybody's radio.
Yeah. I've been, I've been talking a lot.
Working.
Getting that work in. You know what I mean? And I have to, I gotta stay working.
All right, keep
And
it going.
writing a new book. The new book will be out in June.
What's the name of the new one?
Let me guess. Mama said knock you out.
Because you be going hard. you be going
Oh, man, I'm
hard.
throwing jabs on this one. I'm gonna throw the haymakers on the third book. Yeah, it's called Dating Games Exposed.
Okay.
And,
Oh, he doing a dating
Yeah, do
book.
another dating one. Go ahead and just go, tie those.
Ruh-
in.
What was the
Bro.
first one again?
Why must we play these dating games?
So what was the final answer to the question?
Why should we?
Because
I think it's rhetorical.
It is rhetorical. I just
It
want to
is.
see what his...
it is.
They got to read the book.
They gotta read the book.
They got to read the book.
Where did they get the book, sir?
You get the book from Amazon. You can get it at the Doc Bookshop in Fort
Doc
Worth,
Bookshop, Fort Worth, Texas.
and also
Okay,
Pan
Sam.
Africa Connection in South.
Pan African
Is that Oakland or South
Connection.
Dallas? Is that
South
Oakland?
Dallas. I think that's South
The
Dallas.
Pan African connection.
Yeah.
Ain't South Dallas and Oak Click the same thing. It's not.
South.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
well, there's
Don't
two,
do
there's Southern Dallas.
Okay.
And then there's South Dallas.
There's South Dallas. Yeah.
Oak Cliff is in Southern Dallas.
South
South
but it ain't
Dallas.
South
has-
So it's on Marcellus.
It's on Marcellus.
So is
Oak
that
Cliff.
That's
okay?
in
It's
Oak
in
Cliff.
Oak Cliff,
That's in
Okay.
Oak Cliff.
Oak Cliff, then, guys.
It's in
yeah.
Southern Dallas, not.
Oh, yeah, that's what's up.
not South Dallas.
Yeah,
So
you-
South
that'll
Dallas
be a
is-
whole.
South Dallas has
that'll be a
its
whole
own-
situation.
I didn't
I didn't
That's
know that
airport
was- I didn't know
area.
that
That's
was a
Fair
big
Park.
difference.
Okay.
We call it.
Oh,
but it's all in
South
Southern
Dallas,
Dallas.
is the Fair Park
Fair
area.
Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Even though it's Southern Dallas.
I don't see y'all clicking invite,
I
share,
am.
share.
We did
They
share.
feel like this ain't
They
my show.
shared. They didn't invite.
They're like this ain't.
You told them to share.
I'm
They didn't
sharing.
invite. I
Look.
said they didn't.
How do you? What
Well,
we
that's
invite you?
share.
I said no. Inviting and sharing is two different things.
So I'm not sharing.
You're inviting.
Oh,
You're
okay.
inviting people to watch.
Oh well, invite.
It's at the bottom. You hit share and then you invite.
Then you
Share
scroll
and
down
invite.
a little bit more and then invite.
Anyway,
Oh, okay.
what's
All
up?
right, y'all. So G, how
What's
was your
up?
weekend?
It was good. It was all right.
That was a real blow off. Like, don't ask me
No,
no more
that
about
just
that.
means we running behind. That's all.
Okay, so get
Ain't
to
got
it.
nothing to do-
All
ain't
right.
got nothing to do with you.
So listen, we have a really good show planned for y'all. So we just gonna kind of do our thing. You got some pettiness?
I got a little. I got a whole lot,
Well,
but I
come
don't
on,
know if
petty
it's
man.
appropriate. That ain't where we start.
Yes. She not here.
Well, I got some black.
You got some
history
music
facts.
for me?
I got
Oh, you
music
do
for
a
everybody.
Black
I
History
got.
Fact?
You know I got music.
Let's
You know
go.
I got.
Where the shades at?
You want to go first?
No,
Or
you can do it first.
I'm gonna do Black History
Okay.
in
And
honor
then
of
I'll do-
Solar, who ain't here, and whoever's supposed to be here.
Whoever there,
Know who this is?
that one right there. Yeah.
Who is this?
Nobody right now.
That's Solar seat though.
That's Solar seat. We're gonna put somebody else in this
This
seat.
is the Black History segment. Oh, I got theme music for me. Hold on.
This is your theme music.
This is
for
theme
the
music
black.
for the person who's absent.
Okay.
Who's
So it's
I'm
really
taking.
music for Solar that you
Solar.
would normally play for Solar.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't believe this. I don't believe you're gonna go as hard on you as you're gonna go on.
But this is an upgrade because
it's
I'm
you.
doing the segment.
Right.
Of course.
Of course. Wouldn't happen no other way. Solar, you should have been here. But it's okay.
This is John Legend, and who else? Who else, kid? Who else
Should
is
just
in
be him,
it?
I think.
Lotus. Who else is coming up? Ira.
Coming.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, man.
But who is the choir? You don't know who the choir is. Do you know who the choir is? Is it Sounds of Blackness? No.
Hands to the heavens, no man, no weapon. Formed against, yes, glorious destined.
On the
Everyday
Selma
women and men
soundtrack.
become legends.
Yes, sir.
Sins that
That's
go
what's
against
playing
our
right
skin
now.
become
Is that a
need
really
to go
good?
see that.
Is that a good soundtrack?
Freedom is like
I didn't listen to
religion
those
to us.
soundtracks.
Justice is
I know this. I know that's hitting right there.
juxtaposition
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
This is an actual ad from the State Fair of Texas in 1923. Meet your friends. It's Ku Klux Klan Day.
What?
Wednesday, October 24th. State Fair of Texas, Dallas, Texas. Public invited to witness initiation of the largest class in the history of Klandom. Spectacular fireworks. Display historical of the Klan. Inspired addresses by speakers of international reputation. Masked band by the famous Ku Klux Klan band. Competitive drills by the KKK and women of the KKK drill teams. The largest drum and bugle corps in the world. Reception and decoration of the original Klansmen of the 60s. You and your friends are invited to attend this day, the most wonderful day of your life. Yesterday, today, and forever. 1923, State Fair of Texas proclaimed October 24th as Ku Klux Klan Day. Courtesy for the center from the Center of American History, UT Austin.
Wow.
That's some serious.
That's some serious
Texas,
stuff.
That's what we was facing back then.
history.
But that goes to tell you a lot about where we are, period. The fact that they want to even celebrate.
Back
Never
then?
mind. Yeah.
You
I got
talking
one
back
more
then?
quick one.
Okay, come on.
I got one more quick
Come on.
history fact. This is a good one. I got this. My sister has a
Ira.
Dallas, Texas history book. I mean, it's deep. Listen to this.
She told me you was getting me one.
On the afternoon of July 8, 1860, a fire broke out in downtown Dallas. Citizens resting in 104-degree afternoon heat barely made it to the scene to watch the entire city go up in smoke. There was no fire department at the time, nor any method to get water quickly to a fire. A.C. Green describes what happened next in his book, Dallas, The Deciding Years. White Dallasites blamed the fire on Negroes and abolitionists and demanded revenge. A self-appointed citizens committee first proposed to hang every slave in the county, but this would have been an economic disaster for the slave owners. Instead, the vigilantes rounded up 3 male slaves, one a preacher, and hanged them on a bluff overlooking the Trinity River. Then said one slave owner, "We whipped every Negro in the county one by one." However, the crowd was still enraged. They then seized 2 white preachers and accused them of being part of the plot to burn down the city. They flogged them, jailed them, and ran them out of town. Some historians have blamed the fire on stray sparks from a carelessly tossed cigar at a construction site. Later, Judge Nat Burford, who had tried to counsel with the vigilantes, said he thought that the hanging of the 3 Negroes was unjust because he just didn't believe they were guilty.
Wow. But they was already dead, so whatever.
A little more history.
What's up,
little more
Georgette? Is
history.
Queen Jet is in the building.
In Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas.
That's not surprising.
That's so.
Yeah, we don't have to share here. Man.
That's so almost. I don't know.
It's so much Texas, so much.
That's what I wanted to say. That's so
It's
typical.
actually America.
That's America.
That's what I was
That's
saying.
America.
It's actually America.
Like that, nothing about that
Let
shocks
them have
me
that one.
at
Y'all
all.
can share.
Nothing.
Y'all good?
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing about that shocks.
So that's like a Black History thing.
Yeah. Well, We ain't gonna go all the way into that because we'll be the whole show just talking about that. I'm ready for my music.
It's kind of
It go with the
tone.
it go with the
Goes
show.
with the main topic.
Go with the topic.
You ready, Lotus?
I'm ready.
What
Let's
you got an African proverb for us? What's up, Jet?
I got a quote.
What you doing? This is OG right here.
OG is in the building.
Black of the Berry OG.
Yeah.
Of course, I gotta come with Lotus J's favorite group. Just wouldn't be.
I already know.
You gotta go with
I
Public
already
Enemy.
know.
It just wouldn't be Lotus without. So I'm just gonna cut to this.
Never better than bad because the
You
brother
know,
is
some
mad at
PE.
the fact we're corrupt like
You
a
already know.
senator.
You know there's gotta be some PE.
So on the road, but you treat us like soap on the rope because our beats and our rhymes are so dope.
Now who is that? That sounds like.
That's
That's
PE.
Public Enemy.
Oh yeah. Okay. I got you.
Public Enemy
Chuck D.
number one.
Ready?
Yep, let's go. That's it, G. It's in that song.
Okay. This is my favorite part. Oh, I know I got the wrong version.
Fight the power. Fight the
I
power.
already know I
No,
got
no, why? Fight the power. Yeah. Was a hero to most. Because he's straight out racist. And John Wayne.
My bad. I got to get the radio version. That's PE. And we are fighting the power.
Fight the power.
Fighting the power.
Fight it.
Y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
What you got, X?
Okay, so you gonna do us a quick little
I knew y'all was gonna ask me that. Look, I was gonna
You was
bring my
already
card so I could do a tarot reader for the whole
Yeah,
group.
this is Jet, the astrologer, the African
black.
astrologer.
What did she used to
The
call it? Black astrology.
Black astrology.
All right, y'all. Here it is. Tell me who is the author of this quote. I have learned. Oh, don't come in here tearing up stuff. I have learned over the years that when one's mind is made up, this diminishes fear. Knowing what must be done does away with fear. I love that, man.
Okay, you got to read that again.
Okay, I'll do it again because I love that quote. I gotta put my glass back on. Okay. I have learned over the years that when one's mind is made up, this diminishes fear. Knowing what must be done does away with fear. I love that quote.
Who was that, Jet?
One more time.
Oh my God.
Oh, she just ain't listening. Oh, she just ain't listening. Malcolm X.
Okay. Malcolm X, Garvey. What you got, kid? What you got, Ira? What you got, Jet? Don't be over there. He over there cheating.
No,
Put the phone down.
I'm trying to invite.
Google it.
I'm trying to invite.
Okay, we'll invite. He gonna stop you
Since
from
she
it.
doing that.
Right.
Stokely Carmichael.
Okay.
If
Malcolm
that's
X.
right,
You
kick
said
him
that
out.
like you looked it up.
No,
Malcolm X, Garvey, Stokely.
Carmichael.
What you got, Ira?
Can you say it one more
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Okay, while I'm getting ready to read it again, what anybody saying on there? Anybody gave some guesses?
I just gave you. That's
So
So
somebody.
that was a
Oh,
guess
okay.
from online.
Robert Lee Davis said Stokely.
Stokely. I have learned over the years that when one's mind is made up, this diminishes fear. Knowing what must be done does away with fear. I feel like y'all like stalling because y'all waiting for somebody to drop it on there who it is. So Stokely, Garvey, Malcolm X. Who'd you say? You didn't say nothing.
Kanye West.
This is Black History, dude.
Yeah, he ain't.
He is not trust. He
We done
has
took
been
that
booted.
card.
He has
Yes.
been booted.
We took his card.
I'm a-
Bobby Hemmett.
Bobby Hemmett.
Um,
Come on, you the last one. Ira, come on.
I know I
Huey
don't.
P.
Huey P. No, and no. Let me tell you what's wrong with all of y'all.
As a female.
You just assumed it was a man.
Maya Angelou.
Too late. You get one guess. Rosa Parks.
What is? Oh, really?
I wouldn't even expect her to come that hard because I just always
I
had
didn't
this
know
image
she
of
could
this
talk.
sweet little lady.
I just thought she
I didn't
just
know
sit
she
there and
talked
said,
And smile all over the place.
"Nope, I ain't getting up."
like somebody's
I thought
auntie.
she was just
I'm like
tired.
Eddie said. All she did
Thought
was
we
sit
just
down. That's
died.
all
I
she
thought
did.
she was just tired and she had enough.
All she did was sit down. That's all she did.
No.
She said at the right time,
No.
didn't she?
All right, y'all. That's it. What you got?
Oh,
And,
I thought I was going.
She honestly
Go ahead,
wasn't
go
the
ahead.
first to do that. You know that,
Go
right?
ahead, Jet.
Okay, so I'm gonna do one thing. I'm gonna do one little thing. Y'all let me know if this is true. I don't know yet. Matter of fact, what's your sign?
Leo.
Oh. Rawr, he the lion. Okay. What's your sign?
Cancer.
Cancer. Oh, we got 2 cancers in the house.
That's
All
why
right.
my homie.
What's your sign? Pisces.
I'm a Pisces.
I knew you
enjoy
was a Pisces.
long walks on the
I'm a
beach,
Pisces.
candlelit dinners, and such.
Romantic. Okay. So tell me if this is true. I'm just going to go for the signs that's in here. How to keep the signs interested. I'll start with Aries since they always want to be first, you know. Just
That's true.
fulfill your... I know.
Is that one of them?
No, be spontaneous.
Oh, okay. Say it again.
Be spontaneous.
No,
No?
not for me.
Wait. What is the category?
The question, I mean, the statement is how to keep the sign interested.
Oh, you mean how? Oh, yes. Yes. I thought you meant because I don't think we are, but we like people who are.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, what else?
Yeah. So yes.
For Cancer, be loyal.
That's me
That's
all
true.
day long.
All day.
All day long.
All day long.
If somebody loyal, that keep you.
Oh, you got me for life if you
All day.
loyal. You loyal. You
All
can be a
day.
loyal friend, my mate, but as long as you loyal,
You good.
You cross.
heck
You
yeah.
cross.
Even when we done with the relationship,
Yeah.
but you loyal to me as a person.
You still
Oh, you got
interested?
me for life.
Okay.
You
Well, that's my homie,
you
but keep
cross
going.
us, but if you cross us,
It's over.
Right. It's a wrap.
It's a
It's
wrap.
done.
I'm
For
a Cancer
life.
moon, so I
Everybody's
already know
sign
what
say
that
the
is.
same.
No, it don't. It does not.
Everybody's
He don't believe it.
everybody's sign
I don't
says
like
the same.
spontaneity. I don't like spontaneous stuff.
I don't either, but when people are, I can appreciate it because I'm not.
I don't like. Okay. Leo, be attentive.
True.
Oh, I already know
that
that's true.
means
He
you
got
like
a book.
attention.
He got a book and he likes to talk. So he can appreciate people who are attentive.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
I believe that about the Leos.
Yeah, that's fact.
Y'all like attention.
Okay, and the last thing is
why they
for
call it
Pisces, be thoughtful.
I can
Definitely.
concur.
Dang, inconsiderate.
I can concur because I feel like I'm very selfless. So when people are not the same, I just
It
don't-
bothers you.
It bothers me. Yeah,
You only want to be around. It's a
it bothers me.
turn
And you got to be
off.
fresh and new. I bore easily too.
You must have some Aries in your chart.
That little, yeah, he's right on the border, man. Hey.
When your birthday, the exact date?
February 22nd.
Okay,
yeah,
you are
that's-
Aquarius. You like the cusp, Aquarius.
Nah, you on the
Pisces.
cusp of Aries.
You don't know.
That's
You
an
don't know
Aries
nothing
statement.
about it.
that stuff she read, that ain't nothing. You can switch that around for all the signs.
And it
all
still
the
be the
signs.
That's
same.
true.
Still
That's
be
true.
same.
It'll fit whoever. If you
It
wanted to
fits
fit you,
me.
it'll fit you.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
We don't mean you a phony, but we just
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
your
that's what y'all say.
information,
If you want it to fit you, it'll fit you.
It'll fit.
I mean,
Okay.
you can incorporate it to who you are, but if you want it to fit you, it's gonna fit you.
I feel that.
I've done it on them before, so I know.
Somebody said Capricorn.
Capricorn.
Okay, so I guess I should do all of them. Okay, Capricorn, you have to be confident. So if you're confident, that will keep a Capricorn.
What about
I can see
Aquarius?
that. Aquarius, be unpredictable. Oh man, yes. Aquariuses do not like to know what's going on. They like to keep guessing. They like people to keep them guessing. Gemini is be intelligent. Taurus is be dependable.
And Virgos.
Scorpio is be trustworthy. Virgo is be mature. Libra is be complimentary. Sagittarius be witty. And that's everybody.
Already.
But you can see
That's
how
the
that
whole
can
gambit.
fit for anybody.
Yeah, you can see how they can just fit.
You can interchange those.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So that's your black astrology for the
Do
day.
you want me to be petty today?
Yes, come on, let's go.
She want me to be petty?
Come on, Petty Wop.
I got music for me.
Come on, Petty Wop.
We played
We need a
Lotus.
We need a request.
Hey,
Request line.
we played Lotus, Public Enemy, Fight the Power, right? I got Fight the Power too.
His benefit to be super petty.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
You ain't got to only Fight the Power. This is the original.
this is your OG. This is Isley's.
The original Fight the Power. This would have been a good
Speaking of the original,
Yeah.
for that.
That would
It
have
would've
rocked.
been
For what?
the video.
Yeah,
Same kind of beat. Fight the Power.
but Five Power could make a.
I don't think it has the liveliness though.
That'd be
think so.
good for the black of the berry.
Yeah. that I can see. Definitely.
I didn't really plan on being petty today because
yeah.
I think it would. I think it's gonna saturate.
It's enough pettiness at the table.
No, you need that to break up
All of the extra
thickness.
stuff.
the thickness that's gonna be
All
in
right.
there. So you
'Cause
need
you
the
know it's
pettiness.
coming.
I'm gonna do 2 real quick. Don't let nobody quit you. Somebody trying to quit you, do everything you can to make sure they don't quit you.
Why?
I just got quit.
And then as soon as they take you back, you quit them.
I was about to say.
So
So if they trying to quit you, can you just quit them first?
Man, you tell them
can't quit me, I quit you.
You make
That's
every
some
promise
prideful
in
shit.
the world
That's
to
that
make
Aries.
sure
You can't fire me because I quit.
Aries.
You ain't gonna quit me.
You ain't quit me, I quit you.
Ira, you got it wrong. You can't. No, not that you can't fire me because I quit. No, you get it. You get them back. Don't let them leave you. Don't let them quit you.
And they be like, you
And
know
as
what,
soon
this
as they
ain't
take
working
you
out.
back, you say, you know what?
That's
This
so
This ain't really working
I
out.
got other goals.
Yeah.
That is so mean.
And you
I
go
got
real,
to
go
go.
real hard.
Mean.
Don't never let nobody
I
quit.
got
Go real hard to get them back
aspirations
too.
Because even if you didn't want them, you ain't gonna be able to like you. Be,
Yeah.
She quit me.
Go
Beat
real
me
hard
to
to
it.
get them back, and then just let them go. Like, yeah, nah.
That's it.
I'm good.
That is petty.
All
It's
right.
a no for me.
Everybody's talking. You know how every women are always talking about nice guys. Oh, nice guy. I want a nice guy. You need to be dealing with a nerd. Nerds and nice guys lust just like the bad guys. So
Damn
when
right.
y'all think you getting a
You
nice
think you
guy
gotta-
because he work at Kohl's,
Does that mean he a
he work at.
That just
know,
mean you
he
get a
got
discount.
I'm just saying because he has a nice job. He's a
nerd? Or he wear khakis?
toll booth agent, or he has a plaid
There ain't none of them no more.
shirt.
Told
He's still lusting just like everybody else.
Yeah.
They in Houston.
Oh, you got some splaining to do. And this could be petty. Your little
about her
post.
glasses.
No, I'm talking about his post. Where he said, okay, let me get it right. Ladies. Dang, I don't feel like going to look for it. What was that post you said today and I text you?
Stop trying to do all these romantic dates.
Oh, he said go fishing.
Go fishing. Go get on a swing or a seesaw.
And I'm cool with
Get
all of that.
sweaty. You know, go do stuff that gets you
Kickboxing.
sweaty and your makeup
I'm cool
going
with
wrong.
all of that. But why did you say ladies? Why didn't you say
Why did I say what?
why did you say ladies stop with the romantic dates?
Because the women are the most frustrated when it comes to dating. Because they keep putting on clothes, makeup, trying to, want to meet them at this place, and then we go, no, don't do that.
You-
just kick it. So you
though-
saying just kick it?
Just go and sweat somewhere.
But usually, though,
And then
the
when
man
you
is the one
smell-
who sets the date, right? Like, if you ask a woman on a date, you ask them to go to dinner. You
Nah,
ask
I don't know
them to
about
go to dinner.
2018, but I understand.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I don't do nothing.
Is anybody dating?
Say,
But if I'm asking you, normally I have an idea where I'm planning to take you. So it's going to be something that is conducive to a feminine
go sweat.
preference.
Just go sweat.
But
He
yeah, we
said
need to
just
do
go
more
sweat.
active.
Because I'm telling you, when you smell somebody on the first date,
They'll let you know.
I knew the petty was gonna come out. I knew it.
this is so deep that it sounds
Negro
petty.
is
When you smell each other,
out of control.
when you smell people sweaty and musty, you're gonna cut out a whole bunch of excess steps. Like you're gonna know when you
you
smell
want.
something.
You gonna know what you want, right?
This
there.
ain't the
If you
smell
can
I want. This smell I can deal with. I'm telling you.
But what if you go to the gym and she prepped for the situation and she still fresh, just sweaty, but
you
still
got your
fresh?
answer.
She
Okay.
That's my point.
All right.
Y'all go to the gym.
So then she
still smell
sparkles. She don't really sweat.
good. If she
Yeah.
still smell good after sweating and makeup running, she's a keeper.
Oh my God, this
Makeup
dude!
running.
I knew it was gonna be some petty in that. That's
So
why
she
I
got-
was right.
If
So she
brought
got
it up.
sweat
so
gland
shallow.
issues.
That's so shallow.
It's a problem.
I'm telling you, when you smell somebody, it's gonna cut out a whole bunch of extra dating and texting and talking. You be like,
Oh, I can kick it.
But what
Oh,
if
nah, I
she
can't
just?
do
But
that.
what if she just,
Reek.
she had no? What if she
said reek.
was in a rush or whatever, and she grabbed the Dollar General brand instead of
Too
her
bad.
secret?
Dollar General ought to be able to hold her must. If it can't, then you don't want her anyway.
So is it
Because
about
when
the?
times get hard,
Is it
How
about
do we
the?
go down this?
Well, I mean,
this
is it about
I
the
was
must?
done. I was done.
Or is it about the must? Or is it about the companionship?
The
That's what I
must
wanna-
is gonna determine what the companionship.
kid, for you, it's gonna be about the companionship. For this petty Negro right here, I can't do that. And he said,
Kid, you can't tell me Jet if you smell the wrong smell, you can't say, I don't want this in my future.
Right, I agree. Smell
That's
like
suspect.
rotten
You
bologna.
smell the wrong.
That's suspect.
You smell sardines on the first date and tell me.
can't roll.
Well, that's different. Just some
don't
general
know.
sweat, but he said
so
sorry.
retarded.
But if,
No,
you,
that's what I'm
but if
saying.
a person is exercising or y'all doing something that's active,
still
you can't
shouldn't
be
smell
mad at
sardines,
them
no.
for sweating.
You can climb. I didn't say.
So what happens
I
if you
said the odor.
intimate
Sweat smell.
and you really intimate and you start sweating and that smell ain't right? You gonna feel some kind of way.
That's a different situation.
No, we're not talking about the sweat. We're talking about what's the results of the sweat.
We gonna move on because we can stay on this little petty topic all night
That's
long.
ridiculous.
I knew it was gonna be crazy. That's why I brought
You
that
brought it up.
I
Okay,
know.
let's go.
All right, y'all. So that was our fun hour, and here we go. So, America, is there any cure for America? What made you come up with that title?
You skipped the current events.
Okay, current events.
Ken, what did we want to talk about today?
Current
We want to
events.
talk about Kanye.
That's part of the show. Okay, so this is a good segue.
Oh, is that part of you?
It can be.
Okay, cool.
Well,
All right.
okay, so we have
So we got Kanye.
we got Kanye.
What else do you have?
We got
This little
Bill
boy with-
Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
The
got
little
dude
boy
in,
with the-
Sam-
The little
Sam
boy with the
Bucas,
sign.
whatever.
Who?
Sam-
Johnny Wimber.
Johnny Rimmer. Did we talk about that?
I don't know nothing about that.
Okay,
That's Sambuca's.
That's something
Somebody
we should
volume
probably
up.
talk about then. 'cause
Yeah, what is who
I done
got
heard
their
about
volume on?
Kanye all week.
On their phone.
hoping.
Did you see what happened today?
No.
Yeah, I hear somebody.
yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
I don't
oh.
follow. I
Jet,
don't follow.
today took the cake.
Oh, he
He did
okay.
the food today.
So I want
Anyway,
y'all to I want y'all to
talk about it.
Yeah.
a quick local incident. Johnny Wimber, some people know him. He's famous for public speaking. He is one of the top guys at World Ventures. I've met him
who
many
is
times.
playing the show?
So
One of y'all. That's probably kid over there.
He was at Sambuca's in Plano. He was sitting in the seat, he and his wife, and somebody, one of the regulars,
Sure,
was
audio.
like, "That's my seat. You need to get up." They came to Johnny and said, "You need to get up.
Oh,
He wants this seat." Johnny's like, "No, I'm fine. Oh, well, you want to move? No, we're fine right here." They were harassing Johnny and his wife, saying, "You need to move because that's his seat." And Johnny was like, "I'm not going anywhere." So they just,
that sounds like one of our customers.
yeah. So the guy was just like, "You just need to leave." He came back and he was like, "You just need to leave. You need to go. You need to leave." And he's like, "Why? Why you asking me to leave?" Just because. Just because you need to go. Well, I'm gonna call the cops.
I don't like you.
I don't like you. I'm gonna call the cops. You just need to go.
So, was it whose seat was it, and why?
It was Johnny.
It was the man who was sitting in
That
his
was his
seat.
seat.
That's
Yeah,
who seat it was.
what
So there was
happened?
no assignment.
No, what
assignment.
happened when he came in? The hostess sat him at the seat and didn't realize.
Who said that? Who said that, Marcus?
That's what they were saying.
That's what Sambuca's saying.
Yeah, they saying they sat.
That's
him.
a lie.
But I'm gonna ask you a question
That
too.
is a
I'm
lie.
something different.
gonna ask you a
That
question.
happened
I wanna ask
after
a question.
But hold up, I'm gonna
Let
ask you a
him
question.
That happened after the news story.
Okay,
that was
but I'm gonna say this because since we've all been a part of that too. If the hostess came in and sat him there, and they made the mistake,
Correct.
okay, and didn't realize that this person reserved that seat, that's the business's fault,
Yes.
right? So
'Cause it happens.
If he don't want to move, you just stuck. You got to turn around and
You
make
got to do
it
something
better for
else.
somebody
I mean,
else. But the
especially
manager,
if there's no reserve sign on the
Right.
table or anything,
Right.
you just got to eat that.
Yeah, if
but the
there-
manager wanted him to, was asking him to move, and Johnny was like, we good because I like where the band is and I can see the band. And so he was just like, got frustrated with it and was like, okay, well, you need to pay your tab and leave. And Johnny was like, well, I gotta leave because
He
I
said,
don't wanna move.
why do I have to leave?
And so he was just like, because I don't like you.
Well,
And so he's like,
And then he went and called the cops on
yeah,
him.
talking about trespassing.
Trespassing. I'm like, how
Well-
you trespassing?
So you believe that was completely racially motivated?
Nothing but.
Well, when somebody tells you, I don't like you,
Why? But he had no reason to tell him
For
that.
what reason? Look, I ain't even talking about the table.
Right.
I'm just talking about for a manager of an establishment that you don't own, that you the manager of.
Right.
And I ask you, I say, so why do you want me to leave, or why do you want me to move?
Let-
Because I don't like you. At that point,
Well, let me ask a question. and I'm gonna play devil's advocate here a little bit.
Yeah.
As usual, we would expect nothing different.
Did we witness the whole scene?
He was live.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't see it, so I'm asking.
He went live.
Did you see the whole scene? Mm-hmm. Because I look at it in a situation like this. If someone says, this is how I felt, I was being treated, and then you see, sometimes that's a little bit different. Like the situation with Houston's in Atlanta. Half of the people that he was having an altercation with were black or Hispanic people.
Right.
I don't think that was necessarily racially motivated.
I don't either.
When you seen what was really playing out, it seemed like, okay, we didn't accommodate you, and you took it to a new level. So now we're like, we don't want you here.
Right.
That's how I thought that.
Well, this was live.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how that situation
here's my interpretation.
So that's why I'm asking what was seen on this one.
Here's my interpretation of that.
First of all, the whole thing was video.
Yeah. First of all, it is an error. Okay, the scenario: somebody comes in, and let's say the hostess took them and sat them, or they just sat on their own. If there's no sign on there, then there's no way for someone to know that this is not where you're supposed to be
and
sitting.
They didn't sit there on their own.
Yeah.
So it is an error. Well, either way it goes, they're still the customer. So if this happened at Brick House and somebody sit and this has happened, and it is our job as the establishment to do whatever we can to try to right the wrong for both parties.
Even if you lose.
Even if you lose.
That's it. If you lose,
even if you have to do something,
be prepared to lose.
If you do something to compensate or to make up
we
for.
We try to upgrade the person who was wrong in any situation. Like, ma'am, if you move, we'll pay for you have a VIP, we'll move you to VIP. If not,
we've gotten up out of our own seats.
But from what I'm hearing, though, that was an option in this situation too, right?
No.
Well, they're saying
I don't think it wasn't an upgrade.
They according to, if you look at the video, he was saying about comping and all of that, and Johnny was like, "No, I'm paying for my food. I'm fine. I like the seat where I am."
Yeah, at the end of the day, if they already sat them there, you don't tell them that they need to get up and move.
Right.
Because it was your fault while they were sitting in the wrong place.
Yes.
So you supposed to go to the people who you were supposed to sit
made
there
a mistake.
and say, you know what? Hold on, let me finish. I'm sorry that we had somebody else sitting in your seat.
Yeah.
What can we do to make this situation?
Well, there's two ways.
I agree.
There's two ways you can handle that. That is a good way.
Yeah.
And that is a good way as well. You can go to your customer, the one that's sitting there, and say no.
Number two, yeah.
You can go to the customer that's sitting there and say, we had a mistake. It is our error. I apologize that this happened. This seat was actually reserved for someone else. It was our fault for not making that clear. Would you mind? Once that customer says, no, I don't want to get up, now I have to shift
number two,
to the other customer, and I have to address the other customer because the error is on the establishment. And even if we didn't make the mistake, even if they just blindly went and sat, it's still the house's responsibility. Yes, it is.
If it's still open, the house's if it don't say reserve,
No, listen to what I'm saying. If there are no reserves, period, as the establishment, the owner, the staff, it is our job to try to keep peace and make all of our customers happy. So therefore, even if there are no reserve signs and this customer wanted to sit, do you mind if they say no, they don't want to get up, then you just have to shift your way of dealing with that.
I disagree because I feel like if you went and sat there on your own and we come up to you and address the situation and you don't want to move, it's their establishment.
That's what I just said.
But what I'm saying, that's not what I'm not finished. They have the right to tell you need to leave.
Yes,
that's their business. She's saying
if they went and just did that on their own, and we have people who do that.
Every business,
but
now that's up to the discretion
if the hostess set you
of
there,
the owner.
Yes.
Yeah, this was a hostess that did that because we was actually, if you go and look on the post where a WFAA posted it, it's a long conversation that was going on, and one of the girls that worked there was saying, see, y'all don't know the whole story. We actually, the hostess sat him there and it was a mistake, da-da-da-da-da.
It's not on Johnny, though.
And that's the point I was telling her. I said, let's go beyond that. For a manager to tell somebody that because I don't like you.
And I'm calling the cops.
And you already know, you in Plano. And when, like Johnny was saying on the deal, he even said the story that the cops got was totally different. So you already know what was it? What he said when they was coming in?
He
They came
said
in like
they were outside, and he said, "I'm glad we left because they came up like, you know, like they were going
They
in.
was finna guns
These,
ablaze.
these are my words, like
They was scared.
for a drug bust or something.
They
Like
was.
he said, I'm glad we left because they were coming in like it was.
But see, the thing is, like, that's called white privilege. And when you do not acknowledge and accept white privilege around white people, they get mad. They feel like because they have a privilege
Who
and
are
a
you
right
to not-
tell me that you not gonna get up
in here.
in here. in
First of
Plano.
all-
and that's the when I look at racism as far as individually, as far as people, not systemic. When I like education, that's systemic racism.
What you think, Ken?
I look at it as like this is white privilege.
What you think, Ken?
You know what I'm saying?
I think, you know, going back on what Lotus was saying as far as it being established, and if somebody just sat there, right, and you start serving them in that spot,
Which they did.
which
they
you did, right?
Yeah, it's
not
over
that,
after
not that you set them there. They
It's
just,
a wrap.
yeah,
That's
they.
when it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Yeah, if they walk in, just sat blindly, like you say, come, and then y'all be like, okay, hey, what's you want to drink? You start serving them. They got
They comfortable.
dibs on that, right? But even if they sat there on their own and you said, hey, this is going to be reserved, we've already talked to somebody, someone's going to sit here, let me go ahead and sit you here. If they kind of act the fool, then I believe
you
it's
got
the
the right.
company. I mean, the establishment has a right to now say,
I agree.
you got to get your ass up out of here.
So this is what I'm
Or
saying.
just yeah.
Oh, well, you
I didn't hear anybody say that he acted a fool. That's
He
why I
never- he
can't,
never did.
and that's why I can't back that up.
Exactly.
That's why I can't back that up. I think it is the house's responsibility to keep every customer, if possible, happy because
And
they had a
accommodated.
choice to come in here.
Right.
And if we can work it out, we work it out as best as we can. Even if we do something special to accommodate whichever party was inconvenienced, then that's what we're supposed to do.
It speaks to the bigger issue of we have to stop going to places where we are not wanted.
Thank you.
So what's the name of the business?
That was
Sambuca's 360.
Sambuca.
Ain't no going to Sambuca's no more. Period.
Well, let me say this.
I agree.
Because
Go to Brick House.
I give you a
You ain't
prime.
even got to go to Brick House.
I give you a
Go
prime.
Go to Sandaga.
But I give you a prime example. We came to Brick House one night, and I had my boys with me, and it was us about 10 of us or whatever.
Yeah.
And they came in. They put us in the back, and I went and asked Daryl. I said, Daryl, if y'all as soon as you get a VIP open, my boy didn't want to get it. They didn't care. They'd pay for it, whatever. And I guess the people that was coming that got the VIP hadn't showed up yet. And so Daryl was telling us to wait, just to see if they show up. He made the call and said, okay, they ain't showed up, y'all can go ahead and have it. Now, with me being in restaurant management for 15 years, I knew you took a risk to it because I was sitting there thinking to myself, but what if they show up even though they late, Those are some of the decisions you have to make and be willing to either lose on it or not. Because if they would have showed up and you'd be like, hey, we had your reservation at 8, it's 9:30 and y'all not here yet, we had to go ahead and you still got to make that money from their table.
Right.
This here,
Totally
I don't
different.
care what nobody say.
Ain't no justifying that.
There's no justification. I learned this
That's
a
straight
long
up white
time
privilege.
ago, and I told my managers back in the day, when you have the authority, you don't have to act a fool.
That's
Right.
all I'm saying.
And when you sitting there as a manager and you got the keys of the place, and go, you got to go because I don't like you. You cross the
Well,
whole.
like you say.
That's a whole nother level.
Yeah, you
It
stepping
should
in something
be
different.
it should almost be expected. You know what I'm saying? For these type of situations to happen when you go into their environment, because they expect
They
don't like us.
Like they expect you to bow down. They're you, especially
Yes,
we
yeah.
in Fort Worth, Dallas Fort Worth. It's a lot of people around here who act docile around white people.
Right.
So when they come against somebody who don't bend and don't care that they white and don't care where they at, that's threatening. And
Let me
that's
give
why
y'all-
the cops was called.
Let me
That's
give y'all
why-
another
was
scenario that's very similar to this. So it's still the same topic. So we in it now. America, the incurable disease of America. So I think I told y'all. I think it was back in like October, September, something like that. My kids my son and my daughter went to eat at a restaurant. Somebody that works there invited them to come. She said, I got y'all. Y'all come hang out with me, and I got y'all. So they went, and the chick didn't have them. She left, clocked out, and left and didn't tell them that. So now my son and daughter didn't have no money on them. They ate, didn't want to call me because they just don't want to call and bother mama with this little situation. What ended up happening, and they're not unruly. They're not perfect, but they're not unruly. They can be mistaken because they got a bit of a, they know who they are on them. Long story short, they ended up getting arrested. The amount was $20, $22.
How you arrest somebody for $20?
The worst thing is my son had to pay a $465 ticket. He was late on the last payment, which was due April 9th. This is the 1st of May. They put it on his permanent record. I went in there. I paid the money. I said, I want to speak to a supervisor. Because first I said, I need this to be removed off of his record. No, because, blah, blah, blah. And he was late. I said, okay. The last payment, he done paid $400. So the total was $465. He had to pay the $65, and then he was done. So the last payment, $65. They said he was late, so therefore it's on his permanent record as a theft. Over 22. He ain't never had no kind of record. Period. Nothing. Okay. So I said, let me pay it to eliminate any drama. I'm going to pay the bill. But then I said, okay, I want to speak to a supervisor. Supervisor came out and looked like me. Now, this was in a courthouse that was, everybody was white. Supervisor come out, she looked like me. I was like, okay, we're going to see. She going to play it one way or other. Either she going to play it like I'm not doing you no favors because you black, or she is going to totally feel me, one of the two. And I said to her, I said, ma'am, it should have never happened in the first place. The manager of the jail that they took them to, literally took them to jail, was a black woman. She worked a double shift that night. She was getting ready to get off. She worked a double shift that night because she said her spirit told her it is something very wrong with the situation. She said, I'm not seeing kids this mannerable like that, because they, yes ma'am, no ma'am, that's how they talk. So, and they was intimidated too. They in a police station, so they really gonna be on their P's and Q's, their first experience, whatever. So she said, and she was black, she said, I knew that this shouldn't have happened in the first place. And she said it to me on the phone. She said, had it been another, and she said, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. She said, had it been another, this situation would not have happened. Period. It would not have gone that far. So long story short, the supervisor at the police station was black, and then the supervisor at the courthouse so happened to be black, both ladies. So I'm appealing to the woman, the mother in them, and I told the supervisor at the courthouse, I said, look, I said, this has to come off of his record, because my son don't need for the rest of his life have theft on his record over $20. $20. And it wasn't no fighting. It wasn't nothing broken. It wasn't and it's in a police report. I saw the report. So I said, and for him to be late for a couple of days, now I understand taking ownership and teaching a lesson. I get that, because I didn't go at all. I made them handle it. I didn't give him $1 to help pay nothing. And I'm not going to help y'all through this situation. But when it came down to it being on his record permanently, I said, this is the difference. And I told the first lady that I talked to, she was a white lady, I said, if this was your child, we wouldn't even be here. I said, because his skin color is what it is, then this will follow him forever. They will on purpose deny him jobs, all of that. So back to white privilege and what we dealing with. The point is, it is so extreme in little subtle ways. I said, because all this does is get a black male locked into the system. So over $20, he can't get a job, then he start hustling, then he back in jail, and that's how the cycle starts. And I'm not having that. So you going to remove it, or I'm going to make some noise over it. And you don't want the kind of noise I'm going to make over that. And my point is that how many of us lives are changed forever over something that small, over something as small as this man went to sit down and have dinner somewhere and enjoy the music, and because they made a mistake, then they want to call the police on him because he's doing what a man is supposed to do. Like, wait a minute, you're not going to just, handle me like that. I'm sitting here, I'm a customer just like the man who walked in is a customer. So because he's standing his grounds on that, he could have ended up in police custody.
Oh, yeah.
And then a lot of them end up dead. You know what I'm saying? Just because of a confrontation like this. Okay, Ken, what you got to say?
Okay, so what I have to say on that is the topic there's a question about, is it curable? Okay, so we got to look at the situation on why has it been so out of control and so prevalent against us, right? So I believe the cure is, well, we got to find out where we are deficient. We're deficient in our legal representation, our legal fight back. If you don't have representation, you cannot be labeled as affluenza after killing 4 people, escaping to Mexico, and doing all these other things like that one white guy did. But he ran, I forgot his name, but he killed the 4 people. He was drunk, whatever.
Yeah.
Representation. I believe that if we were able to get some level of legal representation on demand, in the same way that we have insurance for our car, same way we have insurance for medical, and we pay into it, and we have these attorneys that allow us to fight certain cases, because we're not defenseless with our fists. We're defenseless in the streets as far as the courts.
Yes.
They throw every goddamn thing
Everything.
at us, and we have no defense in that way, and they milk us dry, making us... You know how much money they make off of child support? You know they charge you interest on child support? It's a cash cow, and they target the poor. You know how much money they make off of for-profit prisons? All of these type of things, we have no representation, and they exploit and extort us to the fullest. So the cure is, there has to be a true meaning to prepaid legal. That bullshit that was back in the day was trash. But it
What do you
has
mean?
to
prepaid
the prepaid legal thing. That
The
was
original.
just the original concept. That whole plan was trash. But it's got to be.
How do you think it should look?
It should look like where we have attorneys. You can still do your piece in the street, still handle your cases, still do your commercials and take your own individual cases, but you are part of a group of attorneys that we pay a certain amount monthly. You get a retainer, you get a certain amount, but if you handle this particular case, even if it's from traffic tickets to $20 on this type of stuff, you get it off of our record so we don't get trapped into the system.
Right.
So, but this is my question, and I'm going to fall back so everybody can get in the conversation. But this is my question on that. What happens to the 20-year-old that can't afford the prepaid legal bill every month? Now what? So he's still stuck out?
It's a start to where even if we have like grants, there's got to be some kind of way.
There has to be something
we
so
can
that
do
we
for
have something,
and not be this defenseless.
so we're not walking blind.
Yeah, if we can cut if it's 2.5 million prisoners in the United States and 59% of those are black, how many could prepaid legal concept that I just explained take off of those books for them? Because you're getting $280 a day as a siphon to house an inmate. That's why we're so targeted. You're making them trillions of dollars.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So how many could we take off of that? We can't save everybody. You know
I
what I mean?
understand.
But it's got to be some kind of way that we're able to defend ourselves in the legal system, because they throw these loopholes. We don't know the damn laws.
Right.
You go in there for a ticket and you be like, oh, you had a failure to appear. You had public obstruction. You know, you be like, man, I just ran a red light.
I didn't do nothing.
I didn't do nothing. So
Right.
they throwing all this shit at us.
That's why we at the same time we got to educate ourselves
Exactly.
too. Because the thing with Johnny is, like, when they brought the brother over there to talk to him, Johnny was like, he was trying to talk to him about Rosa Parks and all this. And Johnny had told him, he said, the difference between me and Rosa Parks, I can afford this fight.
But a lot can't.
And see, with him, that's why I said they done chose the wrong person, because he
He's
is a lawyer.
educated.
He is a lawyer. He's educated, and he knows his rights. That's why he sat back
Right.
and was quiet on that. Now, the question that you was asking, you said, how do we resolve the racism?
Well, yeah, you got to answer to that.
You got to answer to that. Put it in a bottle.
I can give you an answer. Here's the situation.
You gonna be
He
rich.
just read what happened in 1889 and 1923. Ain't nothing has really changed. The only thing about racism now is being recorded.
Agreed.
That's the whole thing.
Agreed.
The way that cops killing and all of that. That was all that was happening now was happening back then.
Right.
When I was in Waco, I didn't realize I'm from East Texas, Nacogdoches, Texas. Went to college in Waco and didn't realize when I got there that somebody told my dad, you're going to one of the most racist cities it is. And I was like, what? Yeah, down there. And so I was like, what? And my dad told me, I remember I got pulled over one night and the guy looked at my driver's license and he said, kid, that's a messed up name, isn't it? And I said, yes, sir, it is. Now, we out here in Belmead, dark country. And I'm like, man, I just heard my dad say, you just be alive when I get there.
Wow.
He said, you be alive when I get there, and I'll do the fight when I get there. Don't give them a reason.
That's what I told my son.
Right.
So
now, in cases like that, they gonna provoke. They provoke.
Oh, yeah.
They gonna provoke because they need a reason.
Oh, yeah.
And every cop is not like that. I'm gonna just say that every cop is not like that, because I know some brothers that
okay, that's the
yeah. But I'm just saying.
But my question to it all is, especially your incident, how can we be considered the greatest country on earth when we have to endure? I gotta hope I'm alive after traffic.
That's ridiculous.
There's no way, like I said the other day,
Who thinks that, though?
There's no way America can qualify as the greatest country on earth.
And people living under them conditions.
That's what America has been known as for. And you
that's,
have minorities.
That's what America thinks of America. You
Correct.
ask people that live outside of America. It's a lot of people that will
Jet,
not want to come.
I know a lot of people from other countries who say, "Oh yeah, America's a land of opportunity. It's the greatest." But there's no way you can qualify to be the greatest country on earth when your citizens have to
live under those
the
conditions.
fear of dying in a traffic stop.
But,
Well, you have
everybody
to
knows.
understand. You have to understand, like this, like racism and white privilege and prejudice. That all of that racism is systemic. So it's already in place. The prison system, the courts, the politics, the education. These things were already set in place.
So we can't be the greatest. Well, we can't be the greatest country on earth.
At one point, we weren't assimilated into fully into the system. We had our own schools. We had our own businesses, and we chose to leave what we had to come over here. Integrated our dollar. We integrated our education.
What do you mean chose to leave what?
It's a lot of black schools that shut down.
What do you mean when you said we chose to leave?
That's what I'm saying.
Our side of the tracks. Used to be a railroad.
But we were still
is,
monitored by the same police system.
Yeah, but we still had that power. We didn't look at it like
but you know
we
what
had
I think,
that power, but a lot of us did. And so when we integrated what we in the 60s,
but you know what I think, real quick. But you know what I think? I think we thought it would be better for us,
and that's true.
And it ended up being.
But that's called
the illusion of inclusion.
That's called a program. And so we deal on the individual basis. We deal with white people all the time. Every white person is not racist.
Right. Correct.
Every white person is not out to get you. That's just the truth.
That's the truth.
But at the same time,
Ken has a rebuttal to that.
But at the same time, the system,
gotta let him go next.
The system supports white supremacy. The system supports white privilege. So they might like you, but they can't let the system fall because that is their backbone. That's their support.
Right.
So they might not really have nothing personal with you, but they need the system to stay in place.
Right.
Not to mention, you have, as a black person, melanated person, whatever you want to say, you have ultimate power. And so it's instantly feared. It's an instant threat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So even if this person really don't have nothing against you, they might be afraid of you.
Come on, Ken, and then we want to hear from Ira. We ain't heard from you in a minute.
Darryl, you made a point when you're talking about how can you be the greatest nation and then you have your people living under fear. There's only one race of people or group of people that they consider as far as the alpha or the people that really matter, right? Because you wouldn't be on a farm trying to hear what the pigs got to say about their treatment, what the cows got to say about their treatment, what the chicken got to say, because there's so many different ways that they make money off of us. We're basically their cattle. We're their farm animals. They make it off LeBron. If he gets $35 million a year, how much do you think he makes the owner? Okay, you got the prison systems. You got all the acting, all the type of situations. So there's so much organ stealing. There's so many. They're imitating our
Music
looks,
industry,
taking our music. If we all decided, as all black people in this in the United States, decided to say, "Hey, we're going to leave this country. We're going to go back to Africa and start our own." Guess who's going to be at the border saying, "I'll bet your asses ain't"? White people. They can't lose us. Why? Because we make them too much damn money, and we're too comfortable making them money.
But how many white people know that?
They all do. I think they do.
I don't think so.
So consciously,
I think they just take it for granted.
They might not.
I don't think they know. I don't think the typical average American racist white person knows there's a value to a black person. That's just my opinion.
Ira, what you think?
What you think, Ira?
I agree with Daryl on that aspect.
On that
aspect.
Yeah.
They don't. I mean, those in power, of course they do. They created the system. And they've been following it, for hundreds of years.
Right.
But the average person, they don't know. They just know enough to hate us. That's all they know, because that's all they're taught. It's divide and conquer, period, point blank. But beyond all the how can you change it? There's no changing it. This is a forever thing.
It's here.
This is a forever thing. Like when people,
you ain't praying this away.
Yeah, my gripe is this, and it's more with us than with the system. We know that the system is against us. We know that it's going to be messed up forever. Some people really think, oh, it's going to end. No, it's never going to end. It just change. It just evolves.
They'll die out.
It just evolves. Like it turns away from being in your face to secretly
subtle.
And hidden and it's subtle and everything like that. It's never going to go anywhere. But my issue with us is, and I'm going to take it down to the smallest form, what we kind of started on. When you know that Joe don't like me over here, stop patronizing Joe's business.
That's it. It ain't nothing else to say.
I mean,
it's systemic.
Yeah, and it goes back to how we did have separation during segregation. MLK was like, "Nah, we want to fix this," and we all thought, "Yeah, that's good." Even on the brink of fixing it, he realized this might not be good for my people. So once we got to this point and we see it wasn't good for us,
right.
Why are we not going so hard to do us instead of going so hard to still be in Massa House?
I think we are.
Like, stop trying to working so hard to be in Massa House. Like, we'll go and protest. We hate Starbucks. Make it right so we can go get our lattes back. No, go get black people lattes.
That's all I'm saying. Like I think there are so many people that have this
asking for handouts and wanting this and that,
or just trying to be accepted by people that don't want you,
don't like you.
Exactly, like you are contributing. We as a people will contribute. We will fund our enemy by putting money in his pocket, but won't do that for our own people. Like
only community where the dollar don't circulate.
At all. Like, to be real honest, I got an issue when I see, and I'm really being a little transparent here, but whatever. I have a problem when I see so many people running to a lot of different online networks when they can support. It ain't got to be HighVibe. You got Power Play. You got the After Party. You got HighVibe. You have options. And if we don't have it the same way that, let's say, another established that's ran like on this level because there's some white dollars behind that, oh well, we work together to get it there. We don't get that. And a lot of people say they about that life, but they really not about that life. They ain't about that life. They ain't about the sacrifice that goes along with helping to really build your community. They ain't about that life. Honestly, like, black folks ain't no way in the world. Like, G texted me on Sunday, and he was like, all these restaurants, white restaurants, was full black folks. They go eat after church on Sunday, but then the black restaurants, they struggling. That is a problem that we really have the ability to fix. But y'all ain't about that life, period. You want the convenience. You want the notoriety. You want the fun that comes along with going to certain, it's some establishments in the Highlands, like, don't never support black folks.
And the excuse is, well, the customer service at black restaurants.
There we go.
Think about this. The worst customer service I've ever gotten has always been at McDonald's and Burger King
And Rudy's.
and my point is, if we get bad customer service at McDonald's, what do we say? We ain't going to no white establishment no more.
No, I go to the black McDonald's in Arlington. That's where I go.
But you know what? This is a handful of people.
You would never say, I ain't going to McDonald's no more because
I will. I don't
white
put that
owned.
poison in my
No, I'm
body.
saying not for.
Well, it ain't gotta be
the
McDonald's.
white-owned
It's
business.
just
I don't go to
That's
white-owned
what
business
you
because I get.
You're 100% correct.
No,
But let me
But
say,
you know what? Everything right now, it's a lot of things that we do that we get. When you go to a grocery store, it's white on. When you get your toothpaste, when you get the tissue that you wipe your ass with,
We support Wakanda.
these things exactly because
gotta
that's
explain that.
Disney.
Hey,
that is a
explain that
Disney
I
owned
go-
film. That's Marvel is owned by Disney, which is the racist company, and
And
we
Stan
gave them
Lee
$4
created it.
billion, and nobody. That's what I'm saying. So I don't really think that it's. I don't think we should look at it as black and white.
no.
how should we look at it?
Let me say this.
how should we look at it? Well, I'm
Let's-
cool
let's-
with.
Wait, let her.
No, my
Okay.
point is, don't look at it as black and white because it only hurts us when you say, "Oh, I went to so and so Chicken Shack and the servers were so rude."
But that's
oh,
not
I
what
know.
I'm
That's
saying.
why I don't do
So
that.
wait,
business.
so
That's not what I'm saying.
Explain what you're
But you
saying.
go to Walmart or McDonald's and get bad service.
I
You
don't
don't
do
say,
Walmart.
"I don't go to." I
But
don't go to
wait, when
white
you
business.
say don't look at it as black, what are you saying?
So the only way you can eliminate the cure for racism is to forget about white people. See, we talking too much about white people and white people that forget about white people. Stop thinking about white people. Stop focusing your energy and your time.
How do you do that when every day and we know we can, no matter which direction we head, eventually we're going to end up at a white door?
No, hold on.
Well, this is okay. I'll give you.
So
an
you can't
example.
say
I'll give
forget
you an
about
example.
if
Me
you go through the
personally-
justice system, you're dealing with white people. If you go through the insurance,
But that just
courts.
because you have to deal with somebody doesn't mean you have to constantly focus on that person or that person. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
when
explain your point.
when you eliminate thinking about that, thinking about racism, it no longer that's when the existence disappears.
I don't agree.
And so, for
I do
instance,
not agree. It ain't gonna disappear
I
because
own
you
my
saying
own-
I'm gonna pretend it's not here.
Yeah,
It ain't going
that's
nowhere.
it's not that I said
Well,
I didn't say pretend. I said your focus, whatever you focus on, exists.
Okay.
Period. If you was in a relationship with a person and y'all broke up and you stop focusing on that person, you don't call that person. That is out of your mind. That person disappears. You don't.
Well, I mean,
it doesn't
I
affect
think
you.
that kind of goes into the point of if, like what I was saying with, and I hope that we're on the same accord. If this particular business or so forth isn't rocking with you, you don't rock with them.
Period.
You move over and do your own
But
thing.
no,
That's
this is
all.
what I'm saying. Okay, for instance, there are some black people that's so focused on police brutality that they draw police brutality
I agree
to
with
them.
that.
I agree with
You see
that.
what I'm saying?
I agree with
And
that.
then when
Negative
they
energy.
hold on,
That's-
but then when they see the police, they have fear in them.
Yeah.
Why? Because you've been focusing on this shit. You've been watching these videos. You've been seeing black people get shot. Like you're programming yourself into that.
Yeah.
When you cut that off. When I see the police,
I don't think it's humanly
hold on,
possible to
I
cut it
didn't.
off.
I used to
No,
be
I
like
don't-
that, but when I quit focusing, I don't watch that type of stuff. And you know what happens when the police roll by me? I can have my this is out, that's out. They don't exist to me.
Yeah.
So guess what they do? They ride right past me.
Because I don't.
They don't
ride
even
dirty.
see me.
Kid, what you saying?
I don't.
It's
I don't-
metaphysical. It's
yeah,
spiritual.
I don't even worry about the police either. Even though with the stuff I went through, because I don't ride dirty. My stuff is clean. You pull me over.
I don't give a damn what you say when if a white cop pulls you over on a dark road. you gonna forget all about your
No,
politically correct tone and say,
real talk.
my ass better act
But
right.
there's a lot of white people. There's a lot
Just saying.
There's a lot of people that
real
get
talk.
pulled
There's
over.
something in your brain gonna say,
real talk.
I better not make a sudden move on this
No,
dark
real
road because
talk.
I know I can be
You
a
better
statistic.
in order to be alive.
But that's
Real
Come on,
talk.
kid.
That's
your
just-
fear.
Wait, let him
saying,
finish
kid.
his point. Come on.
Real talk, because I have been pulled over, and I do this every time. When I pull over, I let all my windows down. I turn my inside on, and when he
So why you gotta do that? Because you black.
no, it's not even
Do
just
white people
awareness.
do that?
It's awareness.
But do
You
white
gotta be
it's
aware
just-
who you
it's
are.
just
It
my
doesn't
point.
matter.
Do white people
woman-
pull over, let their windows down, turn their light on?
my vehicle,
No.
my vehicle
come on.
has tints on my window.
I don't care. White people
I know you don't
about
care.
tint.
I know. But
Okay,
see,
wait. Let him
hold on.
finish.
This is the thing. This is the thing I'm talking about. This is what I'm looking at. We make it black and white,
Shit, it
But-
is black and white.
but
We don't make that.
So
That's
how-
what it is.
hold on.
Okay.
But where Brick House is, okay. How many white establishments is in Brick House?
What do you mean?
Almost zero.
Zero.
What do you mean?
They Asian.
How many?
They African.
How many
and they
businesses
In
is
that same-
in that same shopping
plaza.
center where it is? Where I live in Arlington, on Arkansas. I was driving today, and I'm looking, and I'm going, Asian, Mexican, Indian, in my whole neighborhood, and I go, where's the only white dollar I start seeing is when I go to the Highlands. And now when you go in their establishments, they get racist with us.
Oh, that's part of
Who
our
is they?
conversation.
Who is they?
I'm
The
talking
other
about the
minorities?
other minorities.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Without
And
doubt.
that's what I'm saying. I know
Yes.
we focus on white, but you got to look at the whole deal. I went to the Chinese restaurant,
Well,
and the
Jen is
manager was
saying
there.
don't focus on nobody.
Right.
I'm saying
No,
focus on everybody.
But what I'm saying, I go and do what I got to do, and like he said, when I get disrespected, I just don't spend my money. I'm gone.
My
That's
thing is
it.
don't stress it, but be aware. Like
Yeah, I'm
unawareness is
We
ridiculous.
already know it,
right.
though.
But like,
we already know that.
I went to a Chinese restaurant by my house, and I asked the manager. I was just high-sided. I said, "Why you ain't got no brothers working in here?" And he said, "Cause they don't want to work." And I went. At first, I got pissed.
You should you should have been.
No, hold on. And
No, you should have been
I said, wait a minute.
Experience.
I said, wait a minute. Why you say that? He said, I've hired 8.
That might be his experience.
They show up late. They haven't been here. They
Can't do
always
that.
not. And I said,
People perpetuated that
and I
stereotype.
said, damn. I said, man. In his actual experience, the 8 that he had would not show up. So what am I supposed to be? Oh, you racist because you're not hired? He hired 8.
He's racist for
Now-
grouping everybody.
But
For what? For
check
what?
this out.
I'm not even going to
So
say that
why is
because
it? Why
that's
is
his
it this?
experience, man.
Why is it this?
But
You feel a certain
it's an,
kind of way
it's
about
an
white people
experience
because of your experience.
It's an experience because let me tell you,
No,
they
no, my
built
experience is what I
they
see.
built a new gas station, convenience store over by the crib. Automatically, bars went up, and I went, "You just built the place. Why is bars up? Why do you have bars up? Have they been robbed yet?" Automatically, because it's over in that area, you think, let me put up bars because of the neighborhood we in. You don't see bars out in certain areas of the other areas, but why do we have to you have to do that? Because experiences somebody have dealt with.
Okay, Ken gonna say his response to this, and then we're gonna move to the next topic.
I don't totally agree with total experiences. It's like when the white woman comes down the street, she's never been robbed or mugged by a black guy, but she clutches her purse. That's not her experiences, but that's propaganda. I made a post, you've seen it before. I talk about great white sharks being on the endangered species list. I talk about the propaganda, the betrayal of black people. We're thugs. We're violent. We're gangsters. We're uneducated. We're animals that can't be controlled. And the only place good for them is a place with a cell. Now we talk about sharks, great white sharks being on the greatly endangered species list, but nobody gives a shit. Because how has the shark been portrayed and put into the media? He's a killer. So nobody gives 2 shits. Not even own sharks be like, hey, get that nigga out of here. I don't care. So in that sense, that's what we're dealing with.
Programming.
It's programming to make
definitely.
you feel. So that's what I'm saying. So it can be, but another thing, real quick. He said about the having your tags, and he don't mind if they pull him over. It's not about the having your paperwork together. It's about stopping the targeted unlawful
Exactly.
stops.
Exactly.
That's the part about the racism being cured.
No. Because we're going to move to the next topic. No. We got to go to the next topic. You done with your statement?
I am.
Okay. So I'm sorry. You can get on the next topic. We got to keep it flowing. So, no. Everybody talking. All right. So the next one was, we got 2 more that we got to deal with. It's really 3, but I really wanted to deal with that video that you posted with the police officers that said, shoot.
The assistant police chief of Kentucky,
Shoot the kill.
he said they recovered documents. This ain't no hearsay. This was him typing to, I guess, some of his other police buddies or directives. He was saying, they black, they young, shoot them. Like, this was.
It said if they got marijuana on them, what do you do?
Shoot them. They young, they black.
Did y'all see that? It was news. It was on the news.
But again, this is like something that doesn't surprise me.
Right.
Like, this is
Come on.
Like,
Let me tell you the reason I brought it up. Because every police officer that I've talked to, black, white, Hispanic, they all say, nobody wakes up.
Who? Black, white? You said black, white, and Hispanic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have not talked to any Asian officer. But to a person, when we have these type of discussions, they say, nobody wakes up saying,
I'm going to kill
I'm going to shoot a black person today.
but
It doesn't exist.
All of America says it doesn't exist, but we know it does. So
Well,
none
this
of that
is-
isn't surprising.
But that's
this
mind
was not
control,
only a
though.
thought, but this was a directive, like from a
yeah, I
assistant
know, but I'm
police
saying
chief.
that doesn't surprise me.
You
at all.
might not.
Me
You
either.
might not wake up and say, "I'm gonna kill a black person today," but subconsciously, if something happens, you might end up killing a black person today, and it's not because you wanted to, but you are programmed
Okay,
It's
Jet.
as a police
Jet.
officer.
But that's
Jet.
different to actually
But I get
verbally
that. I get
say
that,
it.
Jay. I mean, Jet. But to wake up and open your email and the assistant chief saying,
It's telling you this. Like, this is a direction
or your
from
Facebook
your
inbox,
superior.
Hey,
All of it is.
if it's
I
young
don't
and
believe
black,
all of it is
shoot him.
racism.
But
I
then
believe
what
a
you
lot
have
of it
to,
is
but you
fear.
have to remember is
Of black people.
Where does the fear
Yes.
come from?
that's not.
The great white
That's
shark.
not.
yeah.
That's not. See, that's what we're saying. That's not a race thing. That's a systemic.
It ain't saying
Wait,
shoot
if it's
every
saying
teenager.
shoot
It's
a
saying
black
shoot
person.
black
That's not what I'm saying.
teenagers.
I'm not
Okay.
saying that they're not targeting black people. I'm saying that is a system. Those are police
Okay,
officers.
we get it.
So if it's
What
black,
system is it, Jet?
white,
No,
Mexican,
no.
any of them police officers have killed, and I've seen
Yes,
them.
they have, and I agree with that. But it is still directly targeting the black community. It is a direction, an order
That's
that
true.
came from your superior.
That's true.
That said that.
But
so-
that's true. But what I'm saying is that it's targeting black people, but it's systemic. It doesn't matter.
Okay, it's systemic.
It doesn't matter who you. So that's why I say you shouldn't focus on black and white.
it's
Because
systemic.
it's really not
You better
black and
focus
white.
on black and
it's
white.
not black and white. One of the things, the most important thing, is rich and poor. Because who really owns the police station?
They didn't say shoot poor people. They said shoot black people. That's straight up color.
But what I'm saying is, it's
I'm confused.
what I'm saying is, okay, not just because you have $200,000 does not put you in a bracket of rich people. It's only 5% of rich people in America. Now all of them is probably old and white.
What do you consider rich, though?
I'm talking about the wealthiest people who run shit. Those are the ones who make sure everybody that's at the bottom divide, argue,
You talking rich or
mix,
wealthy?
and they sit back and they go,
There's a difference.
okay.
It's a difference.
They sit back and they go, okay, we got the niggas arguing with the white people. We got these people arguing with this people. We controlling the government. We controlling the police
Don't hit the
force.
table. Let's pick up
We
on it.
controlling all of these things. But if we continuously look at this and say white people, white people, white people, we're gonna miss the point of who the real enemy is.
Who
Who's the
created,
real
who
enemy?
created the systemic?
Yeah.
Who created that
Systemic
process?
racism.
They put all that in there. Who created that?
The rich, the wealthy.
So ain't no
Who's
rich,
been
not no
primarily
rich, not
rich
no
in this
rich
country?
black
It's-
folks.
It's white. And so you can't.
It's
you-
white supremacy.
Right. So you can't negate white focus.
You cannot.
You cannot.
But you have to, because this
You
is
cannot.
why, because we're in 2018.
and we
It's
still dealing with
not-
the same.
Can we not do the
Exactly.
ear thing?
We're
I
dealing,
hate
but
when
listen,
people do
we're
that,
dealing
so
with the
you-
same system. It's different people.
It's not our system though, Jet.
That doesn't matter. What I'm saying is it's different people who are in place. It's not just white people in place anymore. Back then, it was just white people. It's 2018. It's different people now that run the system. It's different people that keep the system. It's black people that keep the system. Exactly. So,
I mean, it's still systemic racism.
You can have black folks that support white supremacy.
Everybody is supporting it, but it's still
racism.
White supremacy.
Yeah.
Period.
That's the foundation.
I mean, I understand what you're saying.
That's the foundation.
Of course, it's not all white people, and of course, we know that. But it's systemic racism by white supremacy.
But you're not going to kill. What I'm saying is you're not going to kill that racism
at all
by just focusing on white people because it's systemic now. You have to focus on the systems that white people created.
We agree with that. It is. I agree with that. I agree 100%.
All white people. I don't think we know it's a system that was created
and
by
other people and other nationalities support that system, but it's still a white supremacist system.
How do you so I want to ask this. I believe if you're talking about curing racism only occurs when you have you still got power, but racism as we're speaking is when you bring together races, different races, and one has to have an alpha position. You're not going to take a wolf from that side of the hill and a wolf from that side of the hill, and they were both alphas on their side. You bring them into this room.
They're still going to be alphas.
Guess what? They're going to find out who's the alpha. If you put them in this room together, they're going to find out who's alpha between the two, right? So you can't never have two societies dominate one area and share the resources equally. It's just never, ever has happened. It'll never happen. Okay, so what?
I was going to say, I know it's not my show, but you know there's some other topics we running out of time.
Okay.
I mean, this is great. We having a great
What's the next topic?
Y'all know we got.
What's the next topic?
Y'all ready to get into Bill Cosby and Kanye?
Yeah, let's go Kanye Cosby.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Well, shut it off then.
Get Cosby out the way. Come on. Go ahead.
Cosby out the way?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. Here's my gripe about the situation. And
apparently
this is an unpopular opinion amongst black people and surprisingly black women. Why are we defending Bill Cosby for raping women for 50 years? Because he's black. And everybody's like, we don't know if he did it. We know he did it. He's admitted to getting prescription Quaaludes to get a women, to get them lackadaisical, to get what he wants. So here's my thing.
Me too.
Now, I'll say this. I hate that Dr. Huxtable is going to probably die in prison. But I don't feel bad.
That's a crazy reality.
I don't feel bad that for 50 years he was stealing some snatch that he could have got without the drugs willingly. And
50 years consecutively or just some spots here?
50 years consecutively.
I didn't hear the consecutive. You know there was consecutive?
50 years consecutively.
Every year, every 365.
Well, I don't know. I'm not in the hotel.
I'm sure there's 150 women that didn't get in on the lawsuit.
And everybody's like, this is so wrong, this is so wrong. And then they want to bring up, well, what about Weinstein and this and that? We can't, look, they'll get theirs, but obviously he pissed off the wrong person in Hollywood for them to bring it up and make it an issue. But he still did what he did. Okay, if it was your sister, you know what I'm saying? If it was your mother or something and she woke up, you know what I'm saying, and just know something happened to her and all she got is a Jello pudding pop to show for it, you would be pissed off.
I'm waiting till after Mike and Kid go.
So why are we okay? Like, oh no, it ain't right. He did what he did, man.
Okay.
He did what he did.
I 100% agree with wrong being wrong. But I believe the bigger picture is you have to look at it when they bring up the Weinsteins and Storm, all those folks, is the timing and the due process of it, right? Each one had their own little thing, and only one is in jail, which would be Bill, right? Or one who's got prosecuted. Yeah, so my point of it is this. It's not about Bill giving pills.
None of them have rape charges. Let's be clear. None of them have rape charges.
They have sexual assault.
That they're greaseballs and they did some grimy stuff, but none of them have been accused of rape.
What about sexual assault? Is that still a crime?
I think they have
sexual assault. That's still a crime, right?
Grabbing women by the coochie is.
Hold on. Let me make this real quick.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me make this real quick,
Everybody wants
kid.
to bring it about somebody else. We can't.
No, we're talking about crimes.
Yeah, we're talking about
I'm just
crimes.
talking about with Bill.
But
Let's focus
but
on Bill.
No, okay, I am.
Focus on, well, why not them?
No.
Why not them?
My
he's
point,
going
my
to
point,
explain his point.
But my point is this: in that situation, if you're going to say, because we want a victory. The victory is fairness, and it's bigger than Bill sleeping with a white chick that look like a man. Okay,
Right.
It's almost have nothing to do with that as much as it had to do with Rosa Parks' seat that she gave up. It's a bigger picture that we're trying to accomplish. It's about the fairness across the board.
It's the OJ.
It's the OJ. So my whole point of it is, it was a bigger picture and a bigger goal than why so many blacks said we're going to forfeit our bus pass and walk several miles. That's how I'm seeing it. Yes, it was wrong, but all of them did wrong. How many guys have been taken out of the prison system because they were acquitted through forensic evidence now? There's got to be a bigger picture goal. Yes, Bill fucked up, but we're talking about a bigger victory.
Listen, I'm gonna move on with that. I agree.
Kid Jet.
Okay, I agree that it's something more. I said he pissed off the wrong person. They said, "Oh, we got to take you down now."
Okay.
But he still did what he did. That's my point. He did what he did, and everybody, like, I want to address this real quick. Somebody said, well, why wait 30 years? Okay.
No statute of limitations?
No. See, that's where I was hoping somebody would come with that. The last one, there's only one that he's charged with, and that's the one that was within statute of limitations.
Dude.
Y'all just think it wasn't because this trial, the whole process has been going on for like 5 to 10 years. You see what I'm saying? This whole process has been going on for years. But the last one is from late 2010 or something like that, where it was still within the time frame. So it just took long for them to go through the whole process. The charges came about within the statute of limitations. All them other women, that's just
Extra.
logs for the fire.
Fluff.
You know what I mean? We can't deal with that. But that's just showing you, he really
pattern.
does the grimy
So
dude.
then my question is, did he
Wait.
actually
We gotta go in order. We gotta go.
I'm just asking a question.
I know, but just so everybody can, we coming to you next.
I'm just saying real quick. You know, I'm like Sinbad said. You know, it's got to be equal all the way around, because how can Charlie Sheen have HIV, sleep with these women, and not tell nobody, and then they like it's cool with that, and then they don't take him to court, they don't prosecute him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow, you just I don't believe that. And the same thing is, he's not even in jail yet, and they stripping everything from him, his awards, but they won't give him his money back that he donated to people.
What we think this is,
You know?
we know what we did.
Hold on.
I know it, but I'm just saying, if you're gonna be fair about it, but it's the white privilege again, like y'all say.
Come on, Jet.
Like we say?
Come on, Jet.
That's what I was about to say. I'm not surprised. The system is flawed. It's never going to be equal. We're not going to get the
Right.
same treatment in a white supremacist system. So
Right.
there's no point of debating why is this unequal? Why did they do this?
Just karma, that's
Why
all
is the
that is.
system this way? That's what the system is. That's the whole thing
that's why I
about
wanna-
our court system. That's the thing about the police. They not going to give a free trial because he's black, and they want to publicly
Cause he what?
black. They want to publicly shame him.
Why are you
Publicly.
focusing on black and white kids?
I didn't say nothing about white people. I ain't say nothing about white people. I said because he's
Don't
black.
focus on color.
So they need to for everybody to see this is not a fair system. This is how it is, and they do it publicly just to remind you where you are and what you're dealing with. Like
I think,
so it's already and what I was gonna ask you was, see, I don't even remember now.
we're good. I think where we're at odds is, like, you have men and women saying this is not right. I don't think when we argue this is not right that we're saying we don't think Bill should get off, or they're wrong, or he's not wrong. But I think when we make our arguments, we're saying
Be consistent.
just be consistent. I think that's the argument for most people. When you think
One
they're saying,
question.
when you think they're on Bill's side,
I just got one question.
Go ahead.
Who else we know was raping women for 50 years in the same manner
every white slave owner. But I ain't even going there. But I'm not going there. Yeah, I get it. But you can't say, well, who else? Because it's been done to us forever.
Yeah, but my thing is, we know what we're dealing with. So why cry like, but they're not doing it?
Figuratively, the system figuratively rapes us. But I'm not going there. But I'm saying, and I ain't defending anybody, because when people talk about this isn't fair, they don't mean they think Bill is right for he should get away with raping women, or the deciding factor for me was he used drugs. That's what made me kind of say, dang, Bill, we trying to back you, but
that's a real creep.
You drugging women,
right?
Like, you don't know how that's going to affect them for the rest of their lives. That's like, dude, you took it a step further to where we damn near can't defend you because you're drugging.
Actions anyway. We're just saying
we're not defending his actions at all. But a lot of people have been bashed for saying we are backing Bill and thinking what he's doing is right. No, we're not saying that. We're just saying, bruh, like,
keep it consistent.
Be fair about it, which we know they're not. But we're saying that's
our
outrage.
Stop crying about something that ain't going to change.
All right, we're going to end the night with Ooh, I ain't black. I'm Kanye.
My homeboy.
Okay. All right, y'all. So we're going to go a little past 10. If y'all got to go, I get it. But we're going to play this little clip of the fool.
Which one? The first?
Taught how to feel. We don't know how to think for ourselves. We don't know how to feel for ourselves. People say feel free, but they don't really want us to feel free. And I felt
justifying.
And first of all, just doing something that everybody tells you not to do. I just love Trump. That's my boy. Like, it's like so many rappers. You look at a video of Snoop Dogg loving Trump, but then he get in the office and now they don't love him. Like, Trump is one of rap's favorite people, right?
But we talk about this, that before he was elected president, people in hip hop, it was an in thing to put Donald Trump in your rhyme somewhere.
And by the way, I am in hip hop, but I'm not just in hip hop. I'm a black person in the black community, but I'm not just that. I feel like one thing is people try to minimize me to artists, hip hop, black community. Yeah, I'm always gonna represent that, but I also represent the world. When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice.
Oh my God.
Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all? It's like we're mentally in prison. I like the word prison because slavery goes too direct to the idea of blacks. It's like slavery, Holocaust Jews, slavery is blacks. So prison is something that unites us as one race, blacks and whites being one race. That we're the human race. Do you feel that I'm feeling? Do you feel that I'm being free and I'm thinking free?
I actually don't think you're thinking anything. I think what you're doing right now is actually the absence of thought. And the reason why I feel like that is because Kanye, you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to believe whatever you want. But there is fact and real world, real life consequence behind everything that you just said. And while you are making music and being an artist and living the life that you've earned by being a genius, the rest of us in society have to deal with these threats to our lives. We have to deal with the marginalization that has come from the 400 years of slavery that you said for our people was a choice. Frankly, I'm disappointed. I'm appalled. And brother, I am unbelievably hurt by the fact that you have morphed into something, to me, that's not real.
Wow.
That was a dope rebuttal.
So,
case closed.
I couldn't have written it better.
So,
case closed.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
Go ahead, Reverend.
All right. So, I really believe what Kanye was trying to say. I'm going to give you the story I told Kid earlier. There's a story of Nat Turner. He was addressing 1,000 slaves, and he asked them, how many of you are willing to die to be free and do whatever it takes? 900 stepped forward. Then he said, okay, first thing we got to do, you 900 got to turn around and kill them 100 that didn't step, because they're our worst enemy. They'll snitch on us and turn us in. So they killed them. So out of those 1,000, how many died? Because they all got killed when they did the uprising and revolt. Out of those 1,000, how many died slaves?
100.
How many died free?
900.
That was a choice. We're going to all die one day. Are you going to die swinging? Or are you going to die with your hands up and they shooting your ass anyway? I believe in the mental aspect of it too. Let me get real quick. In the mental aspect that Kanye was talking about, mental prison, I honestly believe that some people choose not to research certain things to be awakened. I talk about, man, you know, my visions on Christianity and everything and where we come from, the origin. If your only history is the Bible, which was given to you at the same time in this country, I know Christianity, all that chemist stuff, but I'm talking about my people here, was given to you at the same time they was making you a slave. There was a reason for that mind control. There's a reason why they were giving you something as form of Christianity at the same time they wanted to make you a slave. You got to think about that. Okay, so now if you say, I'm good with my Bible say, and I don't want to have to research nothing else, I'm going to stay truth on my faith, that's mental prison. That's another choice not to go further and find out about yourself. So I kind of agree with what Kanye was saying. No one says, hey man, I'm free. Will you rape and kill me and make me a slave and make me rape and work in your cotton fields? I don't think anyone make that choice. But to remain a slave when you have the resources around you, like right now, finances, we got engineers, we got architects, we got doctors. We could take our ass back to Africa and start our own country.
No, it's not that easy. But
I'm just saying,
I understand where you're coming from, but it's clearly not that easy.
It's not that hard.
It's mostly under
Well,
control.
here's what I'm gonna say
I get what you're saying.
This is what I'm gonna say to what you said, and I can see where your mind is going with that. But if you look at the foundation of the whole conversation, this fool put on that "Make America" hat, "Make America Great Again" hats.
Oh yeah, he's a clown for Trump and all that.
Talking about Trump is my brother and all of this, when this man is clearly against people that look anything opposite of him.
True.
So that means the fool white women that support him, they fools. And anybody else other than a white male, he don't give a dang on about. So for him to say he support Trump and Trump is great and that's his homie, that's his boy and all, that's his brother. How in the hell is that your brother? And then you go from that to, in the same conversation, talking about we chose to be slaves. You got to take the content, the full content of that conversation. Now, if he was in like a college setting and he's having an intellectual dialogue about the history of our people and he brought up that scenario, I may give him somewhat of a pass. However, you don't get to say we chose. No, because even in that scenario, you still have to consider the situation. You still have to consider, yes, I agree, 900 died free because mentally they were free because they said, I'm done with this. And 100 died mentally still slaves. Okay, but at the same time, you got to consider the whole situation. You got parents that are concerned about their children, that don't want their children. Maybe we can, work it this way or that way. I get it, because I'm a radical all day long. But at the same time, I cannot judge other people who don't react the same way. That don't mean I have a right to say, oh, they chose to be slaves. No, in my opinion.
Right.
No.
And I believe sometimes you just got to take the...
I would agree.
I mean, you got to take the whole scenario.
We had a discussion
yeah.
earlier about that. I was like, the circumstances were very
what they
dire.
were.
So,
to stay was dire.
In the mind state that I am in this day and age, it's easy for me to say I would rise up. It's easy.
All of us say, I would have been in the field. I wouldn't be no house nigga. All of us say
that.
that.
You got to think about it. If that's all you've known all your life,
that's just
it's
like
the
now.
same thing. It's the same thing like how I feel about religion and stuff. If that's all you known all your life, it's not easy to tell somebody, yo, you're completely wrong. You can't. It's not that easy.
But it's still, I understand, but it really is still a choice. But because right now, we all make the choice, or most black people make the choice not to run up in a police station and shoot
everything's
up
a
everybody.
choice, but it's not an easy
We
decision.
make a choice not to go blow up the White House, and and it's a reason why. You know what I'm saying? The same way back then, it was a reason. It was probably like you're saying. There was reason why. There was fear. My kids, my life. I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to die. It was fear based.
They didn't know nothing.
As to why, people didn't just go and burn down everything, even though in reality there was way more slaves than it was owners at that time, because they had to kill a lot of people.
There were more slaves, but I will also say you got to also consider, like I'm thinking as a parent, I'm thinking as a daughter, if these people are threatening my children, some of those 900 that wasn't there, that 1,000, it's some more people that I love that's back there in them woods. And you threatening them, you threatening like my children, and you gonna tell me what you gonna do to my mama and all of that kind of stuff. I might still be a slave before I'm just saying, because I may not be able to mentally take the consequence of leaving my family that you've told me if I do this, what you gonna do to them. I'm just saying.
We've already jumped off.
But we got to understand this. There's a difference between mentally being enslaved and physical. Back then, it was physical. It was a law. People owned and bought. So for 400 years,
that's all they knew.
It was a law. You didn't have a choice. If you had a choice to say I'm gonna run, and they catch you, they had the right to kill you, cut your foot off, or whatever, because you were their property.
But you know what?
It's different.
You know what? It was still,
but I'm saying now,
80,000. It was thousands.
It
was thousands of slaves who ran every year.
Let them finish their statement.
It's
Go ahead.
80,000, but all them 80,000 didn't have guns. Some of them they probably stole or whatever and all that. But I'm just saying, being in that scenario, even when freedom came, some of them sat there and was like, okay, we free, but what do we do now?
What we do?
We don't know no more than this plantation. We got somewhere to lay. We got somewhere to eat. Where do we go?
But it was a lot of people.
So we're gonna go to
It was a lot of people who started businesses. Yeah. See, it's the perception and how you look at it. Because you can say that okay, we was in slavery for 400 years, but it was a lot of people who escaped slavery. It was a lot of people. It was a lot of riots. Black people, we the same people now. We was the same people then that we are now.
Yeah, because
we was killing people. We was killing slave owners. We was doing, but they not gonna tell you that side of the story because they want to control how you think about it. But in reality, we was just as radical then as we are now.
But at the same time,
that's still few and far between.
But at the same time now,
be honest with yourself, that's still few and far between.
But at the same time now,
the radicals.
But check it out though. At the same time now, you still got people that's cool with working a 9-to-5 job, and then you got some that want to be owners. Some folks that don't want to be owners, and they like, hey, as long as I'm getting my welfare or as long as I'm getting my regular check, I'm good. I don't have to be an owner. I don't have to have nothing. I'm cool with staying in an apartment. I don't need a house. I don't need this.
But that's balance.
But that's what I'm saying. It was the same thing back then.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the world that we live in. It's always duality. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have some people that do this, and you're gonna have some people do that.
So wait, hold on.
When it comes to Kanye,
Okay, go ahead.
When it comes to Kanye, I feel like Kanye.
He ain't been right since his mama died.
I feel like Kanye. Oh, this is so extreme. Y'all ain't gonna feel this at all.
It might be exactly what I'm thinking. I'm waiting.
Go ahead.
I feel like Kanye is not Kanye. Because
he got an album coming out.
And that too, I think he's promoting. He's trying to get himself on everybody's mind because this stuff. I think yes, and I think it's metaphysical too. Because like what I was telling you, focus. Focus. If everybody focusing on Kanye and Kanye dropped this album, his album is gonna blow up. Controversy don't matter. Any type of attention, any competition is good. So he's being radical. But I honestly don't think. And the reason why I say this, I was talking to my sister about this earlier.
That think like
but that. Kanye does not sound like Kanye to me in that interview.
Look at the other interviews.
And I feel like
she's telling
I remember hearing, this was last year, everybody was like, Kanye's going crazy. Kanye's going crazy. Kanye went crazy. And then, but when I listened to his concert that he had, when they said that he went crazy, he
snapped on Jigga and
he was talking about the radio and media and how they are silencing certain artists that actually speak the truth, and that they only spin the same stuff, mind control, over and over and over to program people. And then they took him right after his show. They put him in an insane asylum. Think about that, though. If you on the stage and you just speaking a truth, and they can snatch you, snatch you up. Nah, we know that they spin the same records on the radio over and over.
He said a whole lot.
He said a whole lot of stuff.
But hold up.
A lot of it was ridiculous.
Let her finish her point. Then we'll come over there.
From what I heard, I understood where he was coming from. He said stuff about Jay-Z. He was speaking his feelings. He was just basically saying how he feels. That even if it wasn't truth, he's allowed to state his opinion without people calling him crazy. And then being allowed to, and then everybody is sitting back and watching him get locked up in an insane asylum, and that's okay. No, that's not okay.
So kid, and then but
but then when he came out of the insane asylum,
I got something.
That's when he had blue contacts, blonde platinum hair, and he was wearing a Trump supporter shirt. So
I agree that something happened to him. I do think it's Kanye, but I think that they altered his mind.
I think it's cloning.
But
okay,
this is the deal. He ain't been right since his mama died anyway.
Yeah.
But he even said it.
He
even said it in the interview that he was telling, and when you go and look at the other one, he was telling TMZ. He said, "Look, I even had
opioid addiction.
I had liposuction because of y'all. You know,
I didn't
as
want
soon
y'all
as
to
I came out,
did y'all see
as soon as I came out, they gave me opium pills, and he said he was taking 3 and 4 a day." You know, and I said, okay.
They do that.
They've been doing mind control since
but I'm
the
just
50s.
saying, he came back with everything he was
really.
saying. He was trying to say, if he's doing opium, I'm like, Kanye gone.
I think mental illness is real. I think he's mentally sick.
Yeah,
definitely. Like so,
literally,
because he's flip flopping. He goes back.
Yeah, and I think it ain't a black man alive who has dated or married a Kardashian who has not come out of it
worse
in a way worse situation.
But in real life,
like this is so true. So I don't know what the connection is, but you ain't gonna find a brother who dated or marry a Kardashian who ain't gonna come out like in some kind of I mean that's true. But as far as Kanye goes, I think we give too much credit. He's a rapper. He's a rapper.
No,
but I'm saying he's way more than that.
He was very
I give way more credit to the people in this room than I give and power that I give to Kanye. I'm not starstruck by anybody.
Nobody.
Too many people are starstruck. Where Kanye said this. Kanye is not. Like I said on his live interview today, dudes, you ain't deep.
Right.
It's something wrong with you. You need help. You're not deep. All this stuff you're saying is jibber jabber. The only if you take
talking all that big fashion
go
stuff.
Get a brother out of the mall, put him on TV, and let him say anything that Kanye has said.
Right. And everybody gonna be like
this? Put him in jail.
Yeah.
Can you get him off? But since he's Kanye, we listen and we try to figure out. This has to make sense.
He's trolling right now.
So check this out.
Ain't nothing he say genius. He ain't no better than nobody else, and what he's saying doesn't hold no more water than a second grader at this point. So
then this is the question. Why is this a topic of discussion?
Because it is a topic. Working. His marketing is killing the game.
It's actually working.
The topic is saying. My point is. While everybody's listening to this, I listened to his live for maybe 2 minutes, and I said, "You ain't deep. I'm logging off," and I got off. Like, it's time to.
That was a 2-hour interview.
It's time, and I saw 2 minutes. It's time to not be mesmerized because he's a rapper.
Breakfast Club, Charlamagne.
Okay, let me say this though, because you are really diminishing rappers.
No, I'm saying
he's just a rapper.
Yeah. So Why should we?
I think what he's
no,
saying
I'm not
is,
saying is
I think he's
rappers
saying
are ignorant or dumb. I'm saying
he's just a regular guy, basically, is what he's saying. Like,
yeah,
That's everybody.
he ain't no
you
better
do
than
what you
nobody
do.
else, is what
Lotus
he's
does
saying.
what she does. We all have our titles. So because he's a rapper, he shouldn't get more credit than the rest of us.
Yeah.
He ain't no smarter or more
That's all he's
intelligent than
saying.
the rest of us.
Don't put him
That's
on a
all I'm
pedestal.
saying.
Well, the difference is
So he just a man.
The
He's just a
difference
regular
between
person.
us and Kanye is he's a
Finance.
household name. And there is a lot of people who
Don't make it
will
right.
listen
Don't-
and follow. And look on that YouTube.
Doesn't
Look
mean
on
it.
that YouTube. I'm not saying it
PR.
means anything. I'm just saying
PR.
if you look on the YouTube video, it's a lot of people who watch that.
And I'm here to say, stop
but if I
being
had a
sheep.
video,
He's
but if I put
saying-
a video, just like what you were saying, if I put a video out, a lot of people, 10 people know
Because-
me.
I mean, that's the point.
because
Though.
your
It's a
stuff-
marketing strategy. He's trolling.
Because your stuff is not mess. People,
He
they draw the
trying to
mess.
sell- He trying to go diamond with this album.
they
I ain't
draw
never bought a
to
Kanye.
that.
I ain't never bought a Kanye CD.
I ain't even
before.
listened to it.
Well,
Damn
I
show
was
ain't gonna
I was a
Yeah.
real Kanye fan,
Me too.
talking about
All the
college dropout and
Me too.
back then,
Graduation.
heck yeah, I was a Kanye fan.
Okay,
We're gonna throw some shout outs to some of the
pretty
people
much
that's
stopped
tuned
after
in with
Donna
us
died,
pretty
and
much
I was like,
And then his mama died, and he lost his mind.
Shout out to Kamika Foster.
Who else
She
we
been
shout
repping
out?
it in there.
Who else we
Kamika
got
Foster
in
been
here?
repping it. Erica Mitchell.
Shay Mack,
Mack.
Anthony Kennedy, Erica Mitchell, Beverly,
Valencia Weaver.
Darnell Johnson, Steve Hayes, Aunt Minnie, LaShonda Mays, Angela Higgins, Erica Mitchell, Valencia Weaver. Who you got over there? Tracy
Frank.
McDonald, Joe Ewing,
Jeff Davis.
Lance Richardson,
My nephew
Jeffrey
Carter
World Class,
Alicia
Barbara
Hendricks.
and
Davis.
Fox, Lady
Alicia Hendricks.
Cox, Rodney Boyd, Chat,
LaShonda,
Veronica Alexander, my sister Karen Piggins,
Paul
Emma Liam Brandon,
Bacchus, Lance,
Carla
Pinky
Upshaw,
Rambo.
Brett Basher,
So yeah, we
Curtis
got some
Medlock,
folks tuning in.
Sharon
We appreciate y'all.
Kamika Foster, Kim
Patricia
Harold,
Daniels,
Andrea Gooseby, Salusi, I hope I said that
Ardell.
right. Robert Lee Davis,
Ardell Sherman,
V praise all the time. Specs
Leo Dawson, my homie in Austin.
LaShonda May, Shantae Wade, Joanne Edwards, Brenda Curtin. That's Brenda
Yeah,
and
some of my
Smitty Smith.
folks on
LaShonda Hay. Thank y'all for listening.
thank y'all. We appreciate y'all.
We
Tell
had-
people about the Black of the Berry
We
and
had
High
thousands of
Tell 'em.
viewers tonight. We ain't able to shout
Right.
everybody out, but
Take it from me. Someday we'll all be free.
and don't go by no Kanye nothing when it
Nah,
comes out.
we are not.
Just
It ain't even
Shut
Kanye.
him down.
All right,
Download your
y'all.
shit for free.
So, do we have anything
And
else?
stop spending money where your money ain't welcome.
Don't
Don't
be-
stop
Yes.
beating down the door and pulling on Waffle House. If they don't want you in there, don't go. Stop going. Everybody, stop going to Waffle House.
Yeah.
All right.
Because it's systemic. Like
It
I make
is.
waffles.
10
I make
Can't make waffles.
I make waffles.
The best
Everybody.
waffles I ever had.
Forget Waffle House. Can't make
I
waffles.
do. My waffles.
Today is Tuesday. Try to spend
And
your
you can get them
dollars
at Brick House.
with at least 10 black businesses before this week is up. Even if it's going to get your hair braided at Shamika's hair braiding
Or if you need
salon.
some photos.
Try to go to a black nail salon. Spend your dollars with black people. We have to.
We have to.
do it.
And go to High Vibes on YouTube and push the subscribe button.
Thank
and
you.
the like button.
Thank you. And share.
You
And
gotta
come
do
to
it.
come to Brick House on what's that Friday, Saturday? What Saturday
Come-
is that there?
he just wants you to come see him.
Come see Soulful Sounds, the band.
Come to
Soulful
Brick House
Sounds.
anytime.
Anytime.
Or even if you don't go to Brick House, I ain't hating. Go somewhere. You ain't got to go to Brick House.
Support black
Just
folks.
go somewhere. And
Support
put
black
some
folks.
dollars in your own people's
Just
pockets,
tell 'em
just
you-
like everybody else.
You're
does.
the
Support black
And
folks.
get the books. Why must we play these dating games?
Please get that book.
And
Slut Women.
Slut women.
I got both of them.
It's basically society's labels unfairly targeting women. It's an acronym. We're going to flip it. Why must we play these dating games? Doc Bookshop, Pan Africa Connection, and same.
Amazon.com.
Amazon.com.
There we go. All right, y'all. So we gonna wrap it on up. I feel like we just did that. But final thoughts. Anybody want to jump out and give a final thought? 1, 2, 3, go. Because y'all might
say
feel like you
believe.
just did.
Well, I just feel like as as black people, we should put more attention on manifesting what we want as a reality and not focus on what is now, because this somebody else created this reality. We already know that, but we have the power to manifest whatever it is that we want. We have everything we need. We have all the tools. We have the soul. So we just need to keep our minds focused on what we want and manifest that. Get in touch with the spirit and the soul that's within you.
All right, what
I
you got,
agree
Ira?
100% with what she said, and I will add that we are the trendsetters. We've always been, so we need to stop being in that line of following and building our own. That's not to say hate or dislike. You know, we all are one people on this planet to grow and build together, but we need to be more aware of ourselves and start doing for ourselves and instead of just always waiting and wanting to be inclusive and get handouts and just let's make it happen.
Don't worry about Wakanda. Let's go to Zamunda. That's what I'm talking about.
Where is Zamunda?
Zamunda.
Oh, that's where Eddie was.
That's where the big bright people was at. I didn't see no big bright people.
Who told you that?
My son works.
Who else? G, your final. Come on. You got a final, Ken?
I think I already did my final.
You did?
I think so.
Do you think or do you know?
You hear? Did I?
Yeah, but is that your final? That's your final answer?
I thought I did my final, but on like spending, the power is in the dollar. We have to understand it ain't in marching, it ain't in holding hands and looting. No, the power is in the money.
Yeah, economics.
Direct
100%.
where your money goes. And one short story. The Fox commentator, the one who made the comment about LeBron, she made a comment about one of the students.
Tell them the comment she made about LeBron for those that don't know.
Just shut up and dribble.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, don't want to hear just shut up and dribble.
I remember that.
Yeah.
But she made another statement about a student at that high school that was shot up. You know, he was talking about gun control and, hey, you know, we're not going to let y'all just keep letting us get and keep. And he made a comment, and she went on and blasted him. And you know what they did?
Took her
Relieved
off.
her of her.
No. His group.
No, I mean
the people who backed him said, we're going to every sponsor on
relieved
Fox,
her of her sponsorship.
on Fox's list and say, if you don't do something
Get
about
her out of there?
Yeah.
They say 3 or 4 sponsors pulled out that night.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, she's kissing up to him and several tweets. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. That's the power of, that's the thing that we won't do. That's the power of the dollar. Our sponsors know, just like NFL, the sponsors know money. So you got to get on the side of the money if you want to do anything in America. You ain't gonna never get it by marching, shouting on the steps. You gotta. The dollar is the bottom line, and black folks have a tremendous power in their dollar. Now, I don't agree with what everybody's method is about how we solve this, but I'm with you. You know, you handle it your way. We need that. We need brothers talking about fighting. We need sisters talking about whatever.
Metaphysics.
Yes, whatever. We need all of that. So I may not be out there with a shotgun, but I'm going to be trying to, like, hey, we need some politicians. Like, we need to get in the system. You know, we need more police. We need more judges. We need more attorneys. That's everybody has their own role.
Male teachers.
Speaking of our, so you do have a
I
wrap
do
up.
have one.
This is a wrap up now. We ain't going back in the conversation. Come on.
He made a great point about the money. It is definitely in the finances. So also we need to learn the lobbying game. We must learn to use our finances politically. Buying politicians, swaying politicians, using our, like the LGBT community did with Obama. You got what, 12 different things under his rule that they got because they lobbied. They gave him money for that. I know it'll never be fair for us here, and because it's white supremacy forever.
Start at the bottom.
But that doesn't mean that we
All
can't
in on
fight
up.
back. It doesn't mean that we can't use the system. It doesn't have to be 500,000 brothers in prison. It can be to where we can use our money, all of our resources, our unity to not have everybody be a victim at any given time that they want them, you know, to exploit or extort us. So lobby, learn how to put our black political dollars together and buy what we want and influence the changes that we want in our communities.
So we talking about lobbying and sponsors and getting it right. G, who's the sponsors for tonight?
Sankofa Kitchen. My man.
Sankofa Kitchen, shout out. And
Not to be confused with Sambuca.
he Duncanville. That's Duncanville.
No,
I've still never been. I gotta check that out.
Right across
can
from
we do a
Southwest Center
Let's
Mall.
break bread.
Yeah,
That's
can we
my
do
man,
another
Damon.
break bread there?
Yeah,
I need
we
to
are
do
going
that.
to do
We're gonna
that.
do one soon.
That's the thing we got to do to keep these black businesses going. And if we just spent money with our people, they would be in business. Like, spin through the bad. You got bad customer service. You're gonna get that everywhere. People get it everywhere, but we on our best P's and Q's when we go to the other restaurant. Oh,
we don't even call them out when they
it's
give
okay
us
that I
that.
have a hair and a fly and a rock and some dirt and some dust in my drink. That's fine. Just bring me another one. You ain't even. I'm still gonna pay.
It's
We
okay.
got to get out of that. Like, bad customer service happens everywhere, but we're the only businesses that get punished.
So Sankofa, you got another one?
1011.
1011 Grill. Shout out to the grill. 1011 Grill showing love.
Doing a lot of good things over there.
Dwayne and Dez
They
and
feeding a homeless man. And I'm telling you, if you always make sure somebody else eats, you will always eat. I believe that.
Asheo. Also, shout out to the Doc Bookshop, which is another sponsor for HighVibe Media Marketing Group and the Black of the Berry. Always supporting us, sharing our information, and really behind what we're trying to do here. Shout out to Pan African Connection, sponsor for HighVibe Media Marketing Group and the Black of the Berry. That's my radio voice, y'all. Am I getting pretty good with my radio voice?
Is that what that was?
That's what I'm going to call it. All right. So my wrap up for the night is this. A couple things. One, pay attention. Keep them eyes wide open. It is what it is. This is where we live. This is the real reality of America. No, I don't think racism is ever going to go away. I do not. And I'm not going to apologize because I will be lying for saying what I think is. That's just what it is. But what we do need to do is understand what we're dealing with and deal accordingly. And as I say, as we here on the Black of the Berry and in HighVibe say all the time, I got to go right back to that black dollar because that is literally the answer, a major part of the answer to how we can experience some type of freedom here in America. And I'm really to the point where we have things that we really try to put in place. It's time for us to collectively work together. We have a Let's Break Bread supper club. I mean, we could really just be focusing on just Brick House and ask everybody just to come to Brick House and spend money at Brick House. That's not how we do it, though. We want to see everybody eat. We want to see everybody win. So get involved in some of the things that we're trying to do. People put messages in my box all the time. Can you shout out my business? Can you market my business? Well, guess what? I want you to shout out my business. I want you to support HighVibe. I want you to support the Black of the Berry. I want you to show love to my business. That's back and forth. Like, that's how we keep it going. And I know that sounds kind of petty, but well, that's what that is. Like, don't come and ask me because I do marketing or whatever can I do, and you're not asking how you can be a blessing to me as well. How about we do it like this from this day forward? How can I help you and how can you help me? Let's barter, because we can get almost anywhere off of the barter system if we work together. But we got to be about it and stop just talking about it. It's time. It's some sacrifices that we really can make to make things change. So pass up that restaurant and drive another couple miles to go find somewhere that you can eat where the people inside there look like you. Pass up that particular beauty shop where it's all the Asians and go a little bit further and find somebody who can take care of your needs with people that look like you.
Black hair.
Do it. Like, support your own people. That is how we win. And at some point, we had to get from just saying it and actually living that life and be about that life. That's our time tonight on the Black of the Berry. We out of here. Peace.